You made it in the nick of time.
Yeah, I did.
Well, yeah, a couple minutes, but
Yeah, I came in about 6 minutes of.
I was worried that you were going to be in a fury against another Uber driver when I got your text.
Whoever does the maps for Uber, you're simply shit at your job.
You think so?
I put the wrong address in. I put an address in across the street, so when they show up, they're facing the proper direction.
So you go so far as to put a wrong address in on purpose?
I'll walk across the street to meet them. Believe me, it sounds petty, but it cuts out because of the way where I live.
You got to loop around and blah, blah, blah.
It cuts out a few minutes, and in the morning, that makes a big difference when you're in traffic.
Sure. But you go the extra mile.
I don't mind doing it. I cross the street, and they always wind up. So their maps just suck.
Why, they were on the other side still?
Of course it was. I was outside. It was an 11-minute wait this morning because it's 15 degrees in New York. Ugh. And I go outside, I'm like, fuck it, I'll walk down the street, get a cab. Standing outside, there's no cab. I gave my good gloves away over the weekend to somebody. So
What'd you give away your gloves for?
My friend's hands were cold, so I gave them to her. So I wound up, I'm a gentleman.
Yeah.
I threw my jacket down in the puddle, and now it's cold.
Were her hands very, were they too large for your gloves? She had very strong hands.
No.
Did her hairy knuckles not warm her hands up?
No. It was not that type of lady.
Oh, I see.
It was one of the the boring ones.
Right. One with no. It's like buying a DVD and it's just the movie, no extras.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it's like.
I want a little featurette at the end.
Yeah, I certainly did. I wanted the director's cut.
Or uncut.
The director's uncut.
Yes.
So I wound up. I'm outside. I'm freezing. I'm cranky. And then I call him. I'm like, "Where are you?" He's like, "I'm in front of the." He tells you the story's in front of, but he's facing the wrong way. I can see him across the street. And the way it is in order to go north, which we have to go, he has to make a left. So by going to the wrong place, not only is he on the wrong side of the street, but he's gone too far.
Right.
So now he can't get into the left lane and make a left. Remember I told you that one time the guy couldn't make a left?
Right.
This is what was happening again. And I'm in the back going, I'm like making the...
So you won't say it, but you'll do the deep sighs?
I'm the annoyed customer, and he knows it. So I'm like, fuck this cocksucker. I'm giving him 1 star, because I know that actually affects them.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, I think.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck this 1-star piece of shit.
Right.
So I'm cranky because we're on the wrong street, and I'm going to be late.
Mm-hmm.
And then he winds up going on 34th Street, which is always usually bad. Those giant roads are bad.
That's where Madison Square Garden is, right?
But he can sense that I'm unhappy.
He can sense what type of amazing Uber intuition did this driver have that he could sense that?
Well, I think he sensed that he was a 1-star cocksucker because he then gets into the bus lane and fucking drives like he's making a right and then keeps going straight. So he basically makes illegal moves.
Because he's in the bus lane. Are you just on the phone pretending to talk to somebody going like, yeah, I don't know. The guy driving me is just a 1-star cocksucker. I got to go. I'll talk to you later.
No, but I was tempted to voice text how annoyed I was at this guy. But then I'm like, no, again, don't get angry. Don't be a dick. It's not worth it. It's a shit job.
Just
you try to think of that stuff. Yeah, I deep side, but I was right to be annoyed. He's on the wrong fucking side of the street.
Sure.
And their maps stink.
Right.
So whatever, I made it and I gave him 4 stars.
You did give him 4 stars?
Because he did something illegal. I'm like, I'm not going to be a total cock about it.
Because he's probably going to end up getting a ticket in the mail for driving down the bus lane.
I'm just so tired. I didn't get home till 1:30 last night.
What were you doing last night?
I just...
Watch it with Golden Globes party? Were you watching the big awards show?
I watched 3 episodes of the OA.
What?
Dude.
What was last night?
This girl I met, I wound up meeting her the other night and went out with some friends.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm at the Comedy Cellar. And I sit down with her and her girlfriends and another comedian. So I'm talking to them. And then I realized they all kind of know each other. I think that they're all there with this comic. And then... we're playing these weird games where, like, you pass a piece of paper around and you...
What are you at a slumber party?
Trust me. You draw the head of something, and then you fold it down, and then you pass it over, then you draw the body, and you each drawing on the paper, and then at the end you look at your funny drawings. This is what I'm doing on the weekend.
What?
I know. I'll tell you how I got roped into this.
Your quest to be normal is, like, so funny to me. I feel like you do these things that you wouldn't be doing if you were healthy.
No, here's what happened. I saw a girl. She was a blonde girl, and she had big feet, and I wanted to talk to her, so I started talking to her.
So you drew... So it was Mad Libs for sketches.
That's exactly what I said. It was like Pictionary or Mad Libs. So we do that for a while. And then I find I'm the guy. I'm like, "Are you on tonight? What time are you going on?" I forgot his name. And he goes, "On a comic." I didn't even know him. So I basically just sat down with these 4 strangers and started playing fucking the equivalent of Mad Libs.
Right.
So there was a girl.
Who drew this torso? This is crazy. He's got bare feet, but he's wearing a sweatshirt. His feet would be so cold. I don't understand.
So I wound up going, all right, I'm going to just get out of here. And then the one girl goes...
Was this on Saturday?
Yeah. Okay. She goes, hey, we're going to my house. Do you want to come? And then she's like, yeah, and Dove and Dan, 2 other comedians, are going to meet us there. So I'm like, all right. I'll go back there. And this is not the blonde girl, it's another girl. So I'm like, I'll go back. Fuck it. What else am I going to do? I mean, I was hanging out with a friend, but she was out. So I'm like, I'll just go back. So I went back to the house and we watched 2 episodes. She's a weird girl. We just watched 2 episodes of this new TNT show about
TNT.
Yeah, it's
talk about a network that you do not hear
good
about
behavior.
anymore.
Or bad behavior.
TNT used to be the home for drama. There is nothing that is spoken about on TNT anymore.
I'll tell you, this is
since Nitro.
This is the it's good behavior about the girl who's a con artist and she gets caught up with this hitman for hire. It's not. It's very.
Oh my!
It's a thin plot.
Is it?
So, yeah, it's thin. So
does it start to run dry as the episodes go?
Yeah, it started really good. It started great. Like the pilot episode starts really great. You're like, this is going to be a fucking excellent show. And then of course, like most shows, it's like oh. So I watched 2 episodes with that. She was sitting next to me on the couch, but there was other people. So I'm like, maybe there's a vibe here. I couldn't tell. There was a little body contact, nothing. But then it was time to go, and everybody left.
How do you know it was time to go?
Because everybody started getting up to leave, and she was like, all right, and she turned the TV off.
What?
Like at the end, we were there for like 3 hours.
I know, but it's a bummer because you'd be like, oh, if everybody's leaving, like you want to just hang out and watch a movie or something?
She made popcorn. I was eating popcorn. She gave me. I was just a childish night.
It really was. You're just eating popcorn, watching TNT, and then it was just time to go.
Well, I got home very late, went to bed, woke up, did what I did yesterday. Then she texts me.
Oh.
And she goes, hey, I'm having. We were joking around about. She said one time she had invited some guy over, who she thought she knew. But it turned out she knew him from Tinder. So he was a Tinder date. So he just showed up at her house while she had a bunch of friends over. So she was pretty funny. She said she did that by a total mistake. And then the guy walked over and thinking this Tinder date. Meanwhile, it's just a get together with her and her friends. It was awful.
She just liked to have friends over?
She likes having friends over.
Okay.
So she invites me over. She's having some girlfriend over she's doing her hair. And she asked me if I want to get do I want to get a mask or whatever. But I'm like, all right, I guess I'll do that. It's silly.
Okay. So, how old is this girl?
I don't know.
Give or take.
I don't. I'm going to guess 26.
Okay,
27.
So girl in her 20s. You're hanging out with her. The first night, you're with friends. You're watching 3 episodes of a
TNT show.
Terrible TNT show.
I have the text message. Yeah.
And you have to just leave after that. After you're done watching the episodes, you just go home.
It was really late. And I didn't mind going home because they were actually really cool people. Like this guy, the guy who we were hanging out with.
Super cool.
I know. Trust me. I know. It sounds awful.
And this is actually, I forgot. You were drawing pictures with them.
Yeah.
But the
guy was pretty funny and he wasn't a comedian. But I'm almost like, they're just normal people I'm hanging out with.
You really do not have a celebrity aura about you.
No, I really don't.
No.
I just went to these people's houses and hung out and watched the TNT program.
And then she calls you the next day.
She texts
you, and she goes, I'm getting my hair done by my girlfriend.
No. Her friend was coming over to doing her own hair. Her dyeing her own hair. And she was, at first she told me
what the fuck is going on? This is what 14-year-olds do.
I know.
We're going to try to dye our hair with highlighters. Do you want to come over?
She told me we're having some friends over, and do I want to come just hang? And I'm like, yeah, why not? Like,
get a mask.
She mentioned, my friend's doing her hair. Do you want to do anything like get a facial mask? I'm like, okay. I would do that. I wasn't doing anything. I was like, okay. So I go over there. It's just her and her girlfriend. And I asked her, do you want me to bring anything? Because I'm a shit guest. And she's like, some gummy bears would be nice. So I didn't want to eat bad. So I go across the street from my house. I get a giant salad for myself because they're going to order pizza. I don't want pizza. I get a giant salad for myself.
Oh, that's so cool.
2 dressings. I know.
What a cool move.
I know.
I get. Nobody told me it was a bring your own salad party.
I know. I brought a salad to a 20-something-year-old girl's house.
BYOV, bring your own veggies, apparently.
So she gets me. I bring my salad. I bring gummy bears. I bring 2 RX bars, and I bring some fucking some unsalted cashews.
What are you doing?
I brought raw unsalted cashews.
The RX bar should not have been your only protein treat of the night.
I know. I should have had a snack. So look, I wanted to have a healthy. I don't get a fucking fat from a girl I'm not even fucking.
Right, of course.
Because she was gonna pig out. She's young. So I get there, and we're sitting there, and she's like, "Guess what?" And I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "I invited someone tonight." I'm like, "Who?" And she's like, "A Tinder date." She invited a Tinder date.
What are you doing?
So
this really does sound like you're visiting somebody in their dorm room.
She invites I'm like, why?
Wow, how old are you, by the way?
I'm in my early 40s, 49 in July. And believe me, that occurred to me. That occurred to me as I was sitting there watching the OA. So we're watching the OA, me and her.
Is she crazy, this girl?
Well, she had some wine, and she says to me, I'm talking to her. She's like, it'll be funny, and I'm like, he's gonna feel catfished, and she's like, no, I'm not pretending to be someone. And her friend thought it was fun. Her girlfriend was encouraging her, so I'm like, all right, I'm outnumbered. Do it. This guy's gonna hate it, but what am I gonna do? I mean,
would you think that was fun if you were on Tinder?
No, I am on Tinder. No, I wouldn't.
So if some girl was like, you should come over to my place. If there was some other girl and a guy just sitting there watching the OA.
No. So she didn't indicate that we were there. So she's like, he's not going to show up. I'm like, he's going to show up. But she's sitting next to me on the couch.
Right.
Like, now there's no one on the sofa, and she's sitting next to me.
Okay.
Which is nice. Like, like when someone's sitting next to you, like there's a little arm contact. Nothing crazy, but they don't need to be. It's like the way me and you wouldn't watch TV.
Right. And maybe the Tinder thing is like this little mental connection. Like, this is our little inside joke. She's trying to create some intimacy between you two. Maybe.
Possibly. So she's like, he's not going to show up. I'm like, he's going to show up. And then I say to her, I'm like, and then like an hour later, she's like, he's here. I'm like, all right. And I'm like, he's going to feel catfished. And when that word bugged her, she was like, you think so? I'm like, yeah, it's a Tinder thing. He's going to be he's going to feel like he's being made a fool of.
She probably watched the show on MTV.
I know she does. She's young.
Yeah.
And then she felt bad. She's like, I feel bad. Maybe he won't come up. I'm like, he's going to come up. So she writes, I say, text him that we're all here. So she writes, okay. She texts him that we're all here.
Right.
And then nothing happens. Like, I guess it spooks him.
He left?
No, he didn't. Oh. The doorbell rang 10 minutes later.
No.
This guy was a fucking trooper. So he walks in. He's not a bad-looking dude. He looks like about 33, 34. He comes in, and he's like awkward immediately. Like me and her on the couch. Her friend's doing her hair, and then he walks in. And he just starts checking his phone. And he's like,
like, do you realize there's a possibility where he knows who you are?
I did think of that, but since no one else seemed to, why should this be any different?
Like, so there wasn't this feeling in the room of this guy has a certain amount of celebrity to his name. It's kind of absurd that
None.
This is they didn't pick up
none
on
of
that.
them. No, none of them. I think could have cared less.
Right.
Which is fine. So I'm sitting there, and he gets on, and he's standing around, and she's drinking wine, and then he just sits on the couch next to us, and it's her and me and him on the couch. And she's sitting next to me. In fairness, she's not sitting next to him. And then he's just drinking some wine. We're commenting on the.
So she's in between you two.
She's closer to me.
Okay.
We're commenting on the show, which is not a particularly. It's a weird show. I'll say that. So we're kind of goofing on it. We don't know exactly what's happening. It's hard to follow.
I've heard good things about it. I haven't seen
heard
it.
Bad things.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a hard to follow show.
I hear you either like it or you don't. And I hear the ending. If you don't like it, you're really going to hate it.
Okay.
Polarizing is what they're saying. Then.
That's a good word for it, Sam.
I see.
So we're watching this. We're kind of talking about it, like what the fuck's going on. We didn't know. And then he's like, I'm like, this guy's he was not a bad dude. He wasn't a dick.
Right.
Considering what he walked into, he's having wine and she's talking and he's pretty funny, so he's okay. And then I'm like, I just want this guy to fucking leave. Can I try to make out with this girl? Because she is sitting close to me.
Right. And what'd you go over there for? To watch the OA and get a facial mask?
And then he's like, is anybody hungry? And I'm like, oh. And I was. But I didn't want him to be.
Your salad and your RX bars.
They were up on the fucking thing.
Oh, so you wanted to bring down your salad when it was time for a mealtime.
But I didn't want him staying.
No.
So then he's like, I'm going to order some sushi. And the girls think it's a great idea.
Oh, no.
The girls think it's a great idea to order sushi. So this guy orders sushi, and then like 40 minutes goes by.
Is that what it... D-Bag, you're a young man.
Yes, I am.
Do you feel like I know you got a girlfriend, but have you done Tinder or anything like that before?
Yeah, before.
So if you're on, say this same scenario pipes in, is this the type of thing that you would do? Like, would you or just be like, oh, I'm hungry, let's order food to somebody else's house? Or
I'd be out of there in 10 minutes.
You would be.
I'd walk in and say hi.
He probably wanted to leave, but again, it was an awkward thing to leave because there's nothing bad happening. So he was just trying to be quick because he didn't know the score. He could tell that she and I were sitting close together, but I don't think he knew there was another girl there.
There's another girl. He's trying to figure out what's the vibe here. What's going on?
Yeah, but he wasn't being an asshole. He was kind of going with it, and I liked him. I thought he was okay. But after a while, I just started to get so fucking angry. I'm like, I'm 48. I'm watching the OA with this girl. What am I doing in this fucking house?
Right. And honestly, like, just to protect your own self-esteem, there are moves that you have to make in life. You know what I mean? Like, this is why you come in at days feeling worthless, no matter what you accomplish.
Believe me, all of this occurred to me.
Yes.
And I said to myself, I kind of like this girl. I didn't know if I liked her, like if we had any real chemistry. But it's like one of those things where if I hang out with someone 2 nights in a row, I don't have to fuck them. But I wanted to. So I'm like, I'm just getting more and more annoyed. And her body contact was good. We were sitting together. That stuff does matter.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, then she was sitting like not quite as close. So I'm like, what am I fucking doing in this? I'm already.
Do you think she could pick up on your annoyance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I was staring straight ahead. I like fucking
Doing your Uber size.
Private Pile was happier on the toilet than I was in that fucking. So I'm going to the bathroom again.
So he goes, hey, does anybody want to order food? And you just give him my head's still tilted down, but my eyes are looking up, Private Pile stare.
Yeah, hi, Joker. No, I didn't want food. So they'd already eaten the sushi. And the other girl was fine. She was nice. She was dyeing her hair. She was cool. So I'm like, I put my shoes on.
Yeah.
And I go to the bathroom, and I don't even come back to the couch. I get my jacket. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take off. She's like, all right. So I'm so angry. She doesn't even get up to hug me.
She just goes, see you later, like you're one of the guys?
Yep. So I wind up getting...
How'd you get friend-zoned in a day?
I wind up getting my RX bars.
You're not going to leave them behind.
and my almonds. And I put them in my pocket.
No.
And I leave. And I left my salad. So I'm in such a fucking... I'm so angry.
Oh, what a terrible evening
I go outside and I get into the cab and the guy's like, how's your night? And I'm like, awful. And I go home. And it's like, hold on, what time is it? I'll tell you in a second what time this is. Yeah, her friend wanted to dye her hair. Hold on.
And it's like you haven't watched the Golden Globes.
I forgot they were on.
You didn't get to sleep early for the show. And it's just... D-Bag, did you have a question?
Yes.
This was after, yes, go ahead.
Whatever happened with the facial mask?
It never happened. That's a great question. It never happened. We didn't get to that. I was so annoyed.
Are we doing the mask or not?
So I wind up, I get a text in the cab.
Okay.
Sorry for the awkwardness. Should never have actually invited Tinder guy.
Okay.
So I write back, I just don't have enough time socially to do that, like to fuck around. Like, if
That's what you wrote?
Yeah, I'm like, okay. I wasn't mad. I'm like, I wanted to hang with you and your friends. I'm okay with you. I was like letting her know it didn't have to be a fuck party. I'm like, but look at the bright side. I left. Now it's not awkward. So I'm like,
okay.
Whatever.
Did you say that literally? It didn't have to be a fuck party, but
no, I didn't mention. I think she understood.
Okay.
But when I walked out, I closed the door didn't close. It just bounced. Like, you know how it doesn't close all the way when you don't pull it. So I kind of left the door open, and I'm like, yeah, fuck that. I ain't closing it.
Oh. Just high school Jimmy starts popping up.
It's funny. That's exactly what it is. You're walking out. You're just like, this is one of those. I'm an awful. But I didn't want to. Here's why I didn't want to leave at first. I sat with this guy for like 2 hours. A part of me was like, I'm not going to get alpha male by some strange guy and just leave this situation. But secondly, it was like, I work in the morning.
Right.
I have a job to do.
Plus and your pride starts kicking in.
But I'm also like, why am I sitting here? The first part was, for the first hour, I'm like, look, the reality is this. I don't know who this guy is. And yes, she did something stupid. But when you're in that situation and you're leaving someone in an apartment with a strange guy, there is that weird, like, I know she brought it on herself, she did it, but there is that thing as a male, like, you're like, is this guy a fucking... Am I walking out? Is something bad going to happen? But after like 2 or 3 hours, he was fine. I could tell he was not a fucking... Who knows? He seemed okay.
Right.
But even after that point, I was like, I didn't care. I was like, I'm leaving.
You wanted to go into protector mode?
Not protector mode, but you just don't want to leave and have something horrible happen and go, that was avoidable.
Realizing that literally anybody that knows who you are would think exactly that about finding out that Jim Norton was in the apartment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I know you had Jim Norton in the apartment, but who's this other guy?
So it was high school Jimmy I left. But I didn't leave.
Isn't that crazy, though, the way that like, mentally, that happens, no matter what we accomplish in our lives, that all it takes is one action of one girl who means nothing to you to bring you right back to the dude in high school that wasn't getting laid.
Well, if it validates what you already think, yes. If it doesn't, then fine. But if it validates what you already think about yourself, then yes. So I walked out. I wouldn't say I was sad. I was more angry, like, oh, you fucking annoying cunt. Like, I wasn't even, I was more mad at myself for going over.
Right.
I wasn't even that mad at her because she and I didn't have any romantic connection. She was kind of doing it to be a goof. But
she was just a weirdo that was like, come over to my house.
Yeah, she wasn't being horrible. So she writes me, I said, I kind of wanted to hang with you or you and your friends. And she writes back, I feel bad. Likewise. She says, should I come to yours? I think they're leaving for sapphires. She thinks this guy and her friend were leaving for a strip club. So I wrote, well, do you want to? And she writes back, I owe you. Thought that would be funny, but actually that was a pretty douchey move. Yeah, I do. It's frozen out, though. Where are you? So I was already back up in my apartment because she lives pretty close. Mm-hmm. But then I'm like, well, I'm still outside. I said I'd hop in a cab.
No.
I hopped in a cab.
No, you told her you were outside her building?
No, my building. No. I told her
you
I
weren't
was
outside.
Home. No, I just walked in.
So you had to go back downstairs, get a cab. Go back to her place.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I said, I wrote, my salad is still there. When are they leaving? And she wrote, they just left. So this, by the way.
Let me ask you something. Did you leave that salad there? No, like, you know,
No, no.
A girl will leave her gloves at your
No.
place and be like, oh, I do have to come back. Like, when I first started dating Jess, her ex-boyfriend lived, like, way up in Connecticut. And when I was first, like, kind of, like, kicking it to her a little bit, the guy, she was like, oh, my ex is coming back because he said I left CDs in his car. And I was like, what? So I knew what was going on. You don't drive all the way back from Connecticut to give her some CDs. And then he gets there and he forgot the CDs, of course. So I was like, so that is obviously a deliberate move. People do it all the time.
No.
You don't think somewhere in your subconscious you left the salad purposely at the OA girl's house?
No, I'll tell you why. That's completely the opposite reason.
By the way, Ashley Butterfield on Twitter just tweeted a photo of Jim's face hanging out with Phoebe and Rachel and Ross and all the other friends.
That's Chip. It looks like Chip, actually.
Chip hanging out on the couch with the crew from Friends.
No, one of the reasons I stayed was because I knew this would be funny to talk about on the radio. It occurred to me, like, I got to talk about this on the air tomorrow.
Especially because it is, like, the greatest juxtaposition next to Adrian's Mary Jean story of, like, yeah, I just texted her and she came over and she fucked my brains out and shoved her hand up my ass.
Exactly. But on the way out, I'm thinking to myself, this is why I spend the money I spend. Like, this is why, like, as I'm going down the elevator, I'm like, people wonder why I live this life. Like, oh, you're crazy, you're detached from humanity. But this is why.
Right.
This is what you deal with. So I get there. No, I actually didn't leave my salad. It would have been funny. It was too humiliating to take my salad in a shopping bag and walk out of it and walk out. So that was why.
And I'm taking my salad with me.
Exactly. That's
no
why.
bites for any of you.
That's why I left my salad.
I see.
So I came back.
You looked at it and went, I'm going to leave the salad behind. It'd be too fucking weird to walk out of the door with holding the shopping bag with a salad.
That was why I did. So I come back, and this guy's already gone with this other girl. By the way, whoever this guy is,
yeah,
what a professional.
Yeah, you know, for this
guy's a professional fucking operator. He walked into a weird situation, two girls, a guy. He not only fucking adjusts, he has a glass and a half, 2 glasses of wine. He's kind of being funny watching the show. Not a bad dude. He orders sushi for everyone. He's not a dick. He could have been a total dick. I leave. He doesn't even stay. I was almost like, I don't even care if she fucks. He doesn't even stay and try to fuck the girl. He takes the other girl to a strip club.
That's right.
Well, I hope he got laid. This guy's great.
For your theory of this is why I pay people because I don't have to deal with the hassle, you have guys that understand that without paying for anybody, they're able to answer a Tinder date, show up, wait till the cuck leaves the room, and then take the girl's friend and head to a strip club.
Maybe, but there's a lot of work involved with that. And there's also, he's sitting there just drinking with them. He probably has to go out and hang for a couple hours in the club. Does he get laid? Who knows? And by that time, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I do radio. I'm a little limited. Part of it is I like to cut out the bullshit you have to do.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of night. I'm like, these people don't work. Nobody works.
You like it 2 hours, we're done.
It's a long time, dude. Not even 2 hours. If you pay for a massage or it's an hour.
An hour, yeah.
And I don't mind hanging with somebody, but in order to work for it, this guy might have been out till 4 o'clock in the morning and maybe didn't.
Right.
Because the night before that, when I was hanging out with all those girls, I didn't get anything. Just peck on the cheek goodbye. But it was a fun hang. I didn't care. The other dude was there who lives in her building. It was silly and it was fun. I didn't give a fuck. It was
so weird.
It was fun, though. But they were nice people. I went home and watched The Crown, which is a masterpiece.
Right.
So I fucking... I go back to her house. This guy's gone. She's very nice and she's apologetic. She's like, look, she's actually a cool girl. She's like, I thought that'd be really funny, but it was kind of a dick move. I shouldn't have done that. And so we just go upstairs, and the fucking show is still on. It's on episode 9. And then we just sat there and made out for a little while.
Okay. So all's well that ends well.
All's well that ends well, but that was as far as I got. And then she's like, she's actually really funny, and she has a good sense of humor. So she was very fun to hang with. But she doesn't have to get up in the morning for work.
Right.
And she was bummed that I had to leave. I'm like, yeah, I got to leave. I got to get up.
Do you think you could have done more than make out if you didn't have to leave?
It wasn't said, but it's possible, but I don't know. I won't say definitely yes because I don't always assume that stuff. But I had to leave, and she's like, "Oh, you do?" I stayed for like an extra 40 minutes and came home. Like I left at 1. I'm like, I'll go home, be home in bed by like 1:30, whatever it was. So yeah, on the way in the cab home, my big dinner was 2 RX bars. I left the salad once again. She was so nice. I'm coming back. She felt so bad. She's like, "Do you want your salad in the bowl, or do you want me to put it on a plate for you?" Like I was coming back, she was going to feed me my own salad, but I'm like, no. So I wound up eating 2 RX bars in the cab, and I went home and went right to bed like a good boy and slept for a couple hours.
That's very good. Look at you. You're kind of living like a college kid.
You know, it was a weird.
This is fun, Jim.
It was a non-deviant night. So I didn't feel bad about that. Like,
It seems like a non-deviant weekend, unless
Total
we're missing
weekend,
something.
total weekend, non-deviant, total weekend. And again, nothing happened. I didn't get laid, but overall it was fun. And I did on Saturday night, by the way. If nobody is watching The Crown on Netflix, holy shit! I no desire. Travis, you look disgusted.
I don't like British.
I don't either. I don't either. I hate
And I
it.
saw it win all the awards last night.
Did it win the awards?
Yeah, won Best TV Show. She won,
Yeah.
and I think that's it.
I started watching it because Esty was raving about it at the cellar the other night. And I'm like, oh, fuck it. When I got home the other night from Saturday with no sex, nothing, from these three girls that were there, I just said, fuck it. I didn't want to go to bed on Saturday night. It was like 4 in the morning. I watched The Crown for two hours. It was so good. I watched the first couple.
That's what my
It's
parents
great.
like The Crown.
I know. It's probably not for, if you're like 38 or older, you might like it.
Right.
It's the type of thing I probably would have hated 10 years ago. But I was just in a weird space, and it's well acted, and it's good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Lithgow's
Yeah.
in it, right?
Who?
John Lithgow?
He plays that fucking cunt, Winston Churchill. But I can't believe it's like an older person show. If you're 30, you might hate this, but I fucking loved it. The acting's great.
I mean, I can't. I'm with Travis. There's something about that sort of old timey British thing that I can't get into The Crown. There's no part of me that has ever seen or wants to see an episode of Downton Abbey.
Yeah, me neither.
Like none of that.
But The Crown is good. Because you know what it is? She's still alive, and there's still so it's like, and so is Prince Philip. So it's like, all right, I'm like, I don't know anything about these people. I kind of hate them. Why do I hate them? And they kind of show a humanity to them, which is interesting.
Yeah.
They show her father, King George, who was it's amazing what they didn't know about cancer back in the fucking 50s.
Really?
How he gets lung cancer and he's fucking coughing up blood and he just keeps smoking. So there was kind of a humanizing element to it, which was it was good.
I stayed in all day on Saturday, and I watched The Bachelor for the first time ever.
Never seen it.
Yeah, I mean, I only watched it because like people are obsessed with it. Like, there's a whole thing
Right.
of like Bachelor podcasts and after shows. There's this whole fan culture around it.
Isn't he a good-looking guy?
I guess so. Yeah, The Bachelor's a good, decent looking guy, but like, I don't know. It just seemed like a weird reality show holdover. Like, it seemed like every reality show that existed 10 years ago that have all gone by the wayside, but this one, for whatever reason, is still around. It literally is just every dating show you've ever seen.
It's this and Survivor.
Yeah, they won't stop.
Survivor's still on.
People love
And Big Brother.
They still watch it, huh?
Oh, yeah.
How many years has Survivor been on? I want to say 15.
Yeah, about that.
I remember one of the first people I met, and I thought I had a shot
Probably
with
more than
Celebrity Wise,
15.
was
Yeah.
Kimmy from Survivor. Back at the NEW days on Opie and Anthony, 2001. I got to put whipped cream on her like bare tits or something. She was so sexy. Kimmy from Survivor back then would come in.
Survivor started in 2000.
Okay, so 2001. She was a big deal when she would come in. She was really hot, man.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to her? She married and stuff now. She was really beautiful.
I don't know.
Kimmy Cappenberg. She was a really nice girl too. I had no shot with her, by the way.
You didn't? You
no,
thought you did, but there was
I
no
thought I
shot.
might have. You know, a little boy on the radio. Oh, she's on Twitter, but she was really nice.
Yeah, I don't watch that anymore. I never watched Big Brother, and I don't think I'm going to keep watching Bachelor unless I end up with hours and hours of free time again.
Why would you?
Yeah, it just seemed like it was any of those dating shows. You know, the one girl kisses him with her tongue on the first episode, and all the other girls like, oh my God, she's already kissing him, and they all get jealous. And it's like 25 women that are all just going fucking crazy, trying to make sure that they get a little time with the Bachelor so he doesn't send them home. And I'm like, who cares?
The only dating show I ever watched, what was that island where they encouraged people to cheat on each other?
Manhattan.
Fuck.
Temptation Island.
Temptation Island.
Oh, right.
Because that was just so, the premise was just so fucked up
Yeah.
that was interesting to watch.
There's a weird desperation that's around everybody that's on that Bachelor show. Because even the guy who is the Bachelor, all of them are just running around going, well, I want to get married. You know what I mean? They're just all looking for someone, whoever it is, to marry. And it's always weird. Like, I understand people wanting to marry somebody, but I've never understood the mentality of somebody that just wants to be married. I want to find somebody and I want to marry them.
Yeah.
But I guess you get to a certain point in your life.
You want to be in a relationship or you want something. I mean, so I get people who want to be married. I don't necessarily have that desire at this moment, but people just want, they want kids. Women in their 30s just all of a sudden go, I want to get knocked up. That's
So
it.
I have to get married to someone so I can have kids.
I think getting married to a lot of people represents the next phase starting. And if you feel like your 20s are going on too long or your 30s are dragging in just as an overlap from your 20s, you're like, okay, all my friends in my life, it's a different lifestyle performing because your friends get married, but it's childish. You're fucking around, you're acting like assholes. You can goof off.
Right.
When you're in a structured life and you see your friends getting married and you see your friends, you probably start to feel left behind. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like, everyone in my office is married. I'm the one that shows up at the office party.
Single.
I mean, I'm the one who shows up around my friends like that, and it feels a little weird. but there's enough weirdness in my job where I interact with enough people who are young and who are behind me age-wise, where it's not weird. Like, there's a constant influx of new people, so I don't feel... I'm like the teacher in the high school who never fucking feels that old because you're always communicating with the young new people who come in as the old people graduate.
I know I'm a teacher, but I'm also your buddy, guys.
That's what I feel. So I guess it's easier to not feel like a total zero in my late 40s, not married, and I don't really care about getting married.
Hey, man, if you need any extra help or you just need help in life, come to my hours.
If you just want to talk, come to my place. Come to my office.
Come to the office after school, you know? Even if you don't want to... Let's just, rap a little bit, guys, you know?
If you want to rap, I'm here. Mr. N.
He's like Mark Harmon in summer school.
Exactly.
Hey, Mr. N, I got a problem. Door's always open, pal.
I like Mr. N because in June, since we only have 3 weeks of school left, he always teaches in a Hawaiian shirt. It's so cool.
He wants us to call him Jim.
Yeah.
So I get why people want to get married. That's why. But they feel like things are fucking lagging behind here. The next phase is not going to happen. And for women, I get it more because for guys, we don't. We can dump loads. Anthony Quinn was dumping loads till he was 80 and getting people pregnant. For us, there's no clock, so we could just keep coming. But for women, it's like I get it.
They're like, I got to find somebody to marry because that's the steps. You establish yourself, you get married, you have kids. If you're getting into your 30s and you're not even close to marriage, I guess there's a panic that builds up.
There's a panic that builds up, and so when women in their 30s date me, they're like, "This is not worth it." Like I don't bring enough to the table. To waste 2 years of your life. Like, I bring enough to the table if you're in your 20s to waste a month.
Yeah.
Because I'm funny and women like to laugh and goof off. But I don't bring enough when a woman's in her 30s to fucking waste good egg time.
And I guess if you don't get exposure to other guys, like if you just lock a bunch of women up in a house that all have this mentality and they're like, here's the one sperm seed, here's the one seed, the one guy with sperm in him that you have access to. Here he is. Only one of you gets him. They're all going to end up fighting each other for him.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I didn't. I'm thinking of a dating show idea.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it's anything like your fucking dates, it doesn't sound exactly like a prize at the end of the show. Yeah, exactly.
The cuck.
The dating show idea is the winner is the guy who just sits there until the fucking loser leaves.
Yeah, you sit there and fucking pick up the girl while fucking cuck boy sits in the corner in huffs.
You show up and you sit down, control the room, and wait till the old man leaves.
Takes his bag of salad and goes home. I'm a sad old man with a bag of salad.
Wait till Dad takes his cashews and goes home so you can have fun.
I took my fucking cashews and my RX bars and I left.
You guys want sushi? Oh, no, I brought my own snacks.
I'm not eating sushi from a delivery place on fucking midnight on Sunday anyway.
No, you're right. Why take a risk? You got cashews.
I take plenty of risks. It's cold. I'm not putting that thing on. But I'm not taking a risk with food poisoning. I've taken enough risks in life where I don't need to shit my brains out the next morning.
No, that's
I'm not
true.
taking sushi on a Sunday morning from fucking some delivery place I've never been.
Smart.
I hope they're all vomiting today. I hope that guy got laid. I really wish
He deserved it.
I wish I knew who he was because he was not a bad dude. He looked like a young David Bowie. Like he was odd looking. You know who he looked like? A combination between David Bowie.
Wearing tight pants.
No, he wasn't creepy.
Looked like David Bowie in Labyrinth. That big hog hanging out.
I was David Bowie with a big hog?
Oh, my God. Have you seen him in that movie?
No.
In Labyrinth, he's wearing leggings the whole time.
No, you know who he looked like? Remember
He's got a
Escape from
third
New York?
leg.
Escape from New York, the bad guy.
Yeah, Snake
Hi,
Plissken?
Brain. No, not Snake, not Brain. But the guy that was like, like that guy. He looked a little bit like the guy from Escape from New York. Find the guy from Escape from New York too. He's a combination.
Look at that thing.
Yeah, he's got a big hog.
Yeah, he does.
It's a terrible wig.
It's the worst wig in movie history. Escape from New York, bad guy. Yeah, I want to see what this guy looked like.
He looked a little bit like, yeah, like that, but not quite that creepy. But he had the same type of forehead and the hair in the front, like that type of a structure, but not without being a creepy looking dude.
Okay.
So whatever. I hope he got laid.
What are you hoping for? Like, what type of dating show are you thinking about doing?
I just want to meet girls that way.
Oh, you want to go on a dating show?
No, I want to be the one they look for, so they'll have to be nice to me.
Why don't you do you should do Celebrity Bachelor.
I'm not a celebrity. I can't even get on fucking The Apprentice.
Yeah, I can't be.
I can't get on Radio Apprentice.
Yeah, I feel like we could do a Jim Norton dating show. What if we did it on this show?
It wouldn't be the same.
You don't think so?
No, there's no music. I want dramatic music.
We could get music. We could get Troy to produce really cool elements for the show, and we'll find a bunch of girls that don't listen to the radio show.
That's easy. All of them.
We'll get D-Bag and Adrian to bring in their bimbo friends.
No, I don't want bimbo. No, I don't want their friends, because their friends aren't going to be fucking... They're not going to have any investment in dating me.
Hey, don't forget, Roland just reminded me, doesn't Gad want to do this? Sort of?
Oh, yeah. Gad
Yeah, he wants to bring in those chicks for you.
He wants to bring in French girls for you. When the fuck is he doing it?
He really wanted to.
I
Yeah.
don't know, he's probably doing an arena right now.
Well, tell him to step out of the arena and bring some French babes in here. I hear they don't shave their pits.
I don't mind that. I did not put on deodorant. That's okay.
You don't mind that?
I have size 10 feet, but I did not shower.
Is that what you're fantasizing?
Yeah, no,
A
I don't
stinky
care.
French woman with big feet?
That'd be nice.
Tell Gad, if any of your friends have big feet and wear layers, bring them in.
Yeah,
Jim is going to like them.
I wouldn't mind that. I don't even know if I want to do that, but it would be fun.
What do you mean you don't want to?
I would do it, but
It'd
it
be
just
fun to
seems
have Gad bring in some French girls.
it would be fun. Get a lot of irons in the fire, as they say.
I'll bet you do. Yeah,
By the way,
it sounds like it based on this weekend.
Adrian not here today. I watched some of that game last night, yesterday.
I did too, just hoping that Fuckface's team lost since he flew all the way out to
I didn't know he
Wisconsin.
was gone, and he sat in 10-degree or 4-degree weather. And what a fucking... As a Cowboy fan, they have to play Green Bay, but historically... Yeah, well, I corrected myself.
You didn't even watch the games.
Green Bay has historically had a hard time against Dallas, and it's one of those things where sometimes that means something, sometimes it doesn't. I know Aaron Rodgers is amazing, but I wanted no part of those fucking shit Giants. No part. Even though Green Bay's a better team, I wanted no part of the Giants. And Green Bay may kill Dallas, but I still did. I cannot handle a third loss to that fucking division cunt team. And they had Dallas's number this year, and I did want no part of them.
It was just funny because playoff Eli was trending all day yesterday. All the Giants fans getting all psyched up to watch Eli really come out of his shell, and they dropped the ball. No pun
They
intended.
kept fucking. Eli can only do so much when they are continually dropping passes.
Yeah, didn't Odell Beckham Jr. shit the bed?
Shit the bed.
He did, right?
Shit the bed.
Yeah, I was so happy.
And that turnover, like there's weird things like Eli's turnover. There was a lot of mistakes made by that team.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about football. You know.
You were just happy that Adrian was sad?
Yeah, I was very happy because
Me too.
What did he pledge?
I was just envisioning that Adrian was sitting there in the cold in Wisconsin with his mom, and they were just looking at a bunch of people with cheese hats on cheering.
Especially because as the game progressed and the score got worse and worse for him,
Right.
you're not excited anymore. You don't have adrenaline, so like,
It's just a bummer.
and you're colder.
Why aren't we
And
talking to him right now?
And he's not going to go home.
Where
yeah.
is he?
I don't know.
Yeah, call him up.
I'll call him.
Well, he should be on the phone.
Yeah.
He
Well,
should
then
be-
I'm going to call him.
Yeah, no, I mean he should immediately. He's in the. I hope he's in the airport right now.
Yeah.
Fucking miserable.
Yeah, because it's like,
The amount of money that you spend to go watch your team.
That's the worst part is you have to leave early. He probably went to a bar.
yeah. I think he was going there with his mom though, so I don't know I don't know how much fun he could have.
I hope they shared a room in a Motel 8. Fucking miserable, 2 beds. He's got bed bug bites.
Yeah, yeah. He
I'll
goes.
text him
Plus,
too.
No, I'm
it's,
going to call him. Hang on.
it's like you can't go and then leave. Like if you're in New York
Yeah.
and you realize it's over, you can just leave and save yourself the misery if you want to. But you flew all the way to Wisconsin for this.
Yeah, hopefully there's a flight. I wish he got snowed in.
It'd be great, wouldn't it?
Maybe he didn't get home till tonight.
Yeah.
I wish he got snowed in.
It'd be great, wouldn't it?
Maybe he didn't get home till tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. D-Bag, were you happy to see Adrian's team lose?
I'm just looking forward to when he gets back and you start busting his balls and he's not going to be happy.
No. No, he takes it super seriously.
I understand that. I get that. I get why he's mad, but
He loves the Giants so much. Enough to fly all the way out there and take a day off the show. He's like, I got to take a day off. My mom got me tickets, and we're going to go to Wisconsin. We're going to fly out there, and poor Adrian.
Yeah. I didn't know he was going to not be here today, but I get it for your team.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. If you want to go out there and watch a playoff game,
Yeah.
yeah, fuck it, let him go.
What was great, too, is that all the analysts were like, this could be a Super Bowl Giants team. It's looking like this could be a Super Bowl Giants team. They're back in the playoffs, and they're out of the playoffs.
Hey, they were up 6-0. And then I'll tell you what killed them. That Hail Mary on the last play of the fucking half. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That never works, by the way. The Hail Mary never works. That was a beautifully, there's a little luck with that too. That was a perfectly thrown, a receiver was in a perfect position to catch it. I mean, it was an amazing play.
Yeah, didn't the score get close at one point?
It was 7-6. It was 6-0, 7-6, then 14-6 at the half. But that's a fucking.
Jeez, look at you with the numbers.
But I remember that. That's a fucking crushing. Because the Giants had the ball, and instead of running the clock out, they fucking turned it over, or they gave it back after 3 and out. Where's Adrian?
You decided to sleep in today?
He didn't answer. I don't know if he's flying now. Or...
Well, his plane. It's an hour earlier there. So what time could his plane have? Oh, it's 8 o'clock we start.
Still,
yeah, I mean, if he had like a 6:30 flight or something. Who knows? I don't know. I left him a message. I'll call him again.
it's nice to know. Nice to know. He can take a nice day for himself.
Yeah, it must be nice.
Must be nice. I'm with Meryl Streep, though. I'm more of a guy who's like, without the actors and actresses, I'd be stuck watching this football and this
God damn it! I can't remember the movie because I had
MMA. And it's, football.
I wish you were with Meryl Streep in Sophie's Choice. It's the movie.
She said it last night. MMA is not the arts.
What?
You didn't hear Meryl Streep's speech?
No.
Oh, dude. So I watched the Golden Globes, of course, last night. I'm not going to watch a football game, but I watched the Golden Globes. And it was like, everybody was doing the Trump jokes, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's not a huge shock, but I just hate when people have this air about them. Like Jimmy Fallon, I guess it's not that big of a surprise. He wants to be liked in the room. So the only person he really made fun of is Donald Trump. It was a much safer host.
It's a very safe target.
Right.
Okay.
And Ricky Gervais, Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, they actually made fun of people in the room. That didn't happen last night. It was back to self-appreciation and all this stuff. Yeah. But House what's House's name?
Let me tell you something about Hugh Laurie.
Yes.
The fucking dumb critics that love this guy. I mean, he's a decent actor, but the fact that was winning when The Wire was getting nothing, it makes you really want critics to be killed in boating accidents.
Well, I haven't seen the new show. Apparently it's very good.
I'm sure it's lovely.
Because The Night Manager won a ton of awards last night.
Of course, they love him. They love him. He's everything they want to be. He's kind of a quirky white guy with a little something going on behind his eyes. Oh, this guy's good.
Yeah, I think it won an award for show, too, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it won show and 2 actor awards for him and Tom Hiddleston.
Wasn't he the guy who was dating Taylor Swift?
Yes.
So
look at you, Gossip Jimmy.
I love Taylor Swift. So let's hear her speech. I'm sure it was good. She's really a wonderful actress.
Hugh Laurie gets up and accepts his award. He says a thing about Trump, but the stop everything moment.
Oh, good.
Came when Meryl Streep. She got the Cecil B. DeMille Award.
Cecil.
You could say Cecil.
You can't.
Cecil B. DeMille. Cecil B. DeMille Award. Thank you. And she decided, even though she didn't have much of a voice, and by the way, these actors, oh my God, do they love Meryl Streep. Because anytime, you could hear the room. Anytime anybody went up there to present an award, nobody was paying any attention to them. Nobody was sitting down at the tables. They were all talking. They were all out at the bars. They were all kibitzing amongst each other. But when it was Meryl Streep's time to speak, boy, did everybody shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and I do like her. You can't not like her. She's not overrated. Trump's a dope with his tweet.
I don't know.
She's really not overrated. She's great. She's a great actress. You might hate her politically, but she's a fucking great actress.
Donald Trump said she was overrated.
She's not.
And I believe, a Hillary flunky who lost big.
Well, that part's true, but I mean, she's not overrated. She's
right.
She's legitimately great, but
all right, you
call her a cunt, but fine.
But the cunt can act.
But yeah, don't be stupid. That's like saying Abdul-Jabbar, he was a terrible ball player. No, he was good.
You can disagree with him on anything except that.
Yeah,
part.
That's the one part that you got to go with. All right, let's see what she had to say. I'm sure it's irritating.
No.
All right, I mean inspirational.
Thank
you. Did
you.
I say irritating?
You did.
I'm inspirational.
Yes, she is queen.
Do you want to start the Trump stuff? It's like
I love you all.
No. She starts pretty early on with the Trump stuff.
Hold on a minute. Is she talking a British accent?
Screaming and
no, her voice is going.
this weekend.
Why?
And I
Screaming and laughing this weekend, she said.
have lost my mind.
it's never been stronger.
Earlier this year, so
That's actually a great point, Travis.
Yeah, I didn't read that anywhere.
Her voice. That's a great point.
Is that what do you mean? Tell
Did
me.
you just think of that? Mm-hmm. She lost her voice, but it's never been stronger.
Bitch sounds like fucking Mariah Carey.
No, it's not at all. Stringing two people together.
Good one, too.
Yeah.
thank you, Hollywood Foreign Press. Just to pick up on what Hugh Laurie said.
Ugh.
You and all of us in this room really belong to the most vilified segments in American society right now.
Can you pause? Are you shitting me?
What?
The actors think they belong to a vilified segment of society?
Well, you're not letting her finish, Jim.
Yeah, she's talking about the Hollywood Foreign Press. Wait till you see where she goes with it.
Yeah, keyword.
All right, maybe I didn't.
Keyword.
The media, by the way, belongs to the most vilified.
Well, maybe you should let her finish.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Jim.
Let's hope she defends them.
Jim.
Hollywood, foreigners, and the press.
See?
Oh, you know
Those
what?
are the three.
I apologize. She was going for a joke, and I got mad at the setup. I stink. I fucking stink. I stink.
We should have just let you go.
No, I stink.
Who are we? And what is Hollywood anyway? It's just a bunch of people from other places. I was born and raised
It's like a Seinfeld bit.
educated in the public schools of New Jersey. Viola was born in a sharecropper's cabin in South Carolina, came up in Central Falls, Rhode Island. Sarah Paulson was born in Florida, raised by a single mom in Brooklyn.
Who's her
Sarah
fucking
Jessica
research
Park-
team for her speech?
She's probably right. I'm sure she had someone looking it up, or she Googled them.
She can Google it herself.
But she did.
I bet you she.
Is that Sarah Paulson?
Yes,
Holy
Jim. That
shit,
black
pretty.
woman is Sarah Paulson.
Wow.
Yep.
She's fucking hot. Who is she?
She looks just like Marsha Clark, right? Sarah Paulson is a white woman who played Marsha Clark on The People versus O.J.
Who's this?
That's an African American woman that you're pointing at.
I don't know. I don't know who she is.
Would you be willing?
She's beautiful.
No, yeah, she
Holy
is a gorgeous
fuck.
woman, but she's not.
I
Sarah
want to kiss
Paulson.
her.
She's on the NBC show This Is Us. This black woman.
I have no shot. She's got a career. I want to smooch with her badly.
You don't think that she would invite you over to her place to eat a salad and watch some of the OA?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Her was one of 7 or 8 kids from Ohio. Amy Adams was born in Vicenza, Veneto, Italy. And Natalie Portman was born in Jerusalem. Where are their birth certificates?
See what she's doing there? You see that?
Trump. Yeah.
You see that? Remember? Because remember the Obama thing. Do you remember that?
I do.
Okay.
They applaud birth
And
certificates,
the
Joe?
beautiful Ruth Nega was born
Oh,
in
shit. Who's she
What?
talking about? Oh, shit. She's got to get in trouble.
It's good, Chip.
My mother used to yell that out from the bedroom.
What, Ruth?
Nope. Lamar had the same last name as Ruth. Who's this one? I don't know who she is.
Ruth Nega?
Yeah, I don't know Ruth Nega.
I don't know. She's beautiful, though.
Okay, is that her? No, it's not her.
Well, it's probably her.
No, it's not.
Why did you think that's her?
Because she has hair like a man in the 1950s.
So
I don't like her hair.
So you're saying-
I don't like a fucking Nat King Cole hairdo.
You're saying that hairdo is not befitting of a woman that would be described as beautiful?
No, it's not. It's not. That's the type of thing. There should be a guy in a tuxedo smoking with that hair. You know, I just circumnavigated the globe. It's real.
She does have a real Howard Hughes haircut.
Yeah, it's fucking awful.
She's on Preacher and
right.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and some other stuff.
Okay.
Comic book lady.
So is that Ruth Nega?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No, it's Sarah
Ethiopia.
Paulson.
But they were one off before. I don't know who Sarah Paulson is.
That's her.
That's her. It's Sarah Paulson.
I don't know who it is. I'm pop locking.
Raised in London, in Ireland, I do believe. And she's here now.
She slipped into Irish accent. She slipped into a brogue, little Jimmy.
Yeah, she's fucking. What a terrible.
You think she Googled all that, or she had a research team?
I think she just remembered it.
Would you like to place a gentleman's bet on that?
Yeah. The winner gets blown by Travis. So does the loser.
I still think you're struggling with the concept of a gentleman's bet.
All right, whatever.
But
Just all sexual things with me.
I'm sorry. I'm a predictable comic. I can't help it.
I like it.
All right.
But yes, what she's saying is all these people come from different places.
Oh, good. She's by the Irish accent.
Oh, by the Irish. You were born in
Oh.
Ireland, weren't you?
I think she was doing Jamaican Jimmy. Yeah. Or Caribbean Jimmy.
Where did you come from, Jamaica?
Yeah.
Boy!
And she come over here and the big man with the little hat on him head. All right, let's see
You
what
bumbleclot come from Jamaica.
Pussyclot. All right, let's see what she says.
I wish she did an accent for
Oh,
everybody, though.
both.
Yeah, I just like, and you came from Tennessee, didn't you?
Yeah, and she was born in a sharecroppers. How come she didn't do it for the other girl?
I don't know. It seemed like it'd be fitting.
And where was the first girl born? Israel? And she was born over in Israel? A sharecropper. And she was born in Israel?
Like a volt.
And the Irish girl is here too?
Yeah.
All right.
I think that would add a whole fun element to her
Sure
speech.
would.
Small town girl from Virginia. Ryan Gosling, like all the nicest people, is Canadian.
Got a nice laugh.
That's fine.
Dev Patel was born in Kenya, raised in London.
Who gives
is
a
here
fuck
playing an
about Dev
Indian,
Patel?
I
raised
like
in
him.
Tasmania.
Do you know
I know he is.
he fucking won the Indian Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
And I love that movie.
He won 1 million rupees.
Yes. 1 million. And I love that movie, and I do like that they're all dancing at the end.
That's the fucking best, isn't it?
It's my favorite ending.
Well, guess what? You'd probably love La La Land then.
No, I would. I love fucking that because the girl got scarred and was forced into fucking a guy she didn't like, and then they're all dancing in the subway. I felt like it ended happily.
They jai-ho at the end.
I wanted them to end happily.
And they did.
Yes.
Let's go back.
I like a happy ending.
You
believe it or
do?
not. For real, in a movie. I'm a sucker.
Yeah.
I like it.
Cave crawling didn't end with a happy ending.
No, unless you got a fucking boot fetish. That poor motherfucker.
Yeah.
I showed someone else that fucking picture.
Why?
Because I'm tortured by it.
Let's go back to Dev Patel, who Jim is prejudiced against.
I love Dev Patel.
Oh. You see him on the newsroom?
Born in
No.
That was a good show.
Good.
Kenya, raised in London, and is here for playing an Indian raised in Tasmania. So Hollywood is crawling with outsiders and foreigners. And if we kick them all out, you'll have nothing to watch but football and mixed martial arts, which are not the arts.
Oh! Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
By the way,
You fucking jock bros, read it and weep. Meryl Streep goes, thank you for this award. If you didn't have me, you'd have nothing. Nothing.
yeah,
Eat a
sorry,
dick.
sorry. All these fucking people actually get punched in the face and have to train in the gym while you fucking sit there and just spit lines out. Stop acting like what you're doing.
What? You don't think Meryl Streep went through acting training?
Meryl Streep is awesome, and she's really amazing at her
That's right.
job. But stop acting like you're fucking curing cancer, dumbbell. You're a fucking diversion. That's all any of us are as entertainers. Stop acting like what
What?
we're doing is so fucking important. It's honestly, it's not. It's really not. The self-importance of certain performers to think that what we're doing is we're bringing light to a dark situation. No.
Jim,
Shut up. We're not.
you and I
You're
have-
not.
You and I have voices, Jim, and we're using those voices. And I'll let you guys know, if you don't like our voices, then we'll leave. And you know what you'd have then? Nothing. Nothing in your life.
Like literally without her fucking foreign people coming in, she's implying without them there'd be nothing else to do.
That's right.
What are you, a fucking asshole? Hollywood's 50 years old. What do you think? For the last 500 years, people did nothing?
Yeah. They didn't have the arts, Jim.
That really. I understand she's just doing an MMA, mixed martial arts, and those are not the arts.
That's right. That's
I hate to break it to Meryl Streep,
Right.
But what they do is harder than what you do.
No.
What people on porn do is harder than what she does.
Literally.
Honestly.
Oh.
It's a hard job.
Yeah. But somebody's got to do it. Let me tell you.
Denzel Washington's a great actor. And he's fucking, obviously we all know that. Let's see Denzel Washington keep his dick hard in 60-degree weather on a gravel driveway.
I guess that's true.
Let's see anybody in Hollywood do that.
Lexington Steel couldn't do the Safe House movie as good.
Probably not.
Probably not. Probably not. You think fucking Rod Hardon or whatever could be Malcolm X? I don't think so.
No. But the
And guess
point
what?
is,
Porn is not the arts, Jim. Porn is not the
it's
arts.
the self-importance.
Oh.
By saying it's just so irritating. It's like, do you not understand, Meryl? That's in that moment. That's why people don't like you.
No.
Like, it's not like that's why people don't like. It's the self-importance around what you're doing. It's great. You're entertaining. She's a brilliant actress. She's not overrated. But shut the fuck up.
What is society without the arts?
Ugh. All they'd be doing is watching mixed. What, you mean the $4 billion mixed martial arts company that just got sold?
You know what? If all we had was mixed martial arts for entertainment, we would probably end up back in caves. That's who watches MMA. It's cavemen.
Ugh, and they all clap. Self-important dopes. By the way, if I ever wonder why I'm not a member of the club, besides my lack of talent, I guess I've made this choice, but I'm not good enough
What,
to be
to
in
have
that club
integrity?
anyway. No, it's not integrity. It's just to have a different opinion.
Well, they should change the name of MMA. They should change. The A should be something else.
All right, what else does she say?
It's not the arts. This is the arts.
Yeah, I
and
guess
this
so.
is important. Are there 6 award shows for MMA? I don't think so.
Yeah, the championship fights. That's the award show.
Oh.
Connor, who I don't even like, won a Golden Globe and an Oscar in the same year.
All right, let's go back.
Woo! That's right. Without us, there'd be nothing to watch.
Nothing.
Without us, there'd be nothing to do.
Nothing.
That's right. Without us, you'd have nothing to do, ladies and
Give me 3
gentlemen.
seconds to say this, so.
We are the purveyors of entertainment.
Without us, there'd be nothing for you little people to do.
That's right. See, I like this because it made me feel like I am more important than everybody else because I provide entertainment for them.
Oh, it's just such a shitty, annoying attitude. And but I don't get mad at entertainers for having opinions either. Like if you're like, I don't go after people on Twitter for fucking fuck Trump. You know why? Because I choose to either follow them on Twitter or they're not talking to me. I really mean that. Like you can't be mad at entertainers for having opinions either. They're citizens.
Right.
They're allowed to voice their opinion, but there's just like a little self-importance with it.
D-Bag, how amazing is it to sit in here every morning and watch 2 purveyors of the arts perform?
I just feel really blessed.
That's
you
what I
know?
thought. That's
All right, you know what?
That's
I
what I
like that
thought.
kid's attitude.
Yeah.
An actor's only job is to enter the lives of people who are different from us and let you feel what that feels like.
Yeah.
And there were many, many, many powerful.
That was a really cool way to say an actor's job is to pretend to be someone else. See, that's not your job to enter my life and teach me how to feel something. It's your job just to do an impression of how somebody else feels. And they do it well, and they make me cry. They're fucking amazing.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not taking away from it, but it's like, again,
Tugging on those heartstrings.
but they're good at it. I'm not going to be a cunt and pretend that's not a genius art. It's hard to do.
Yes.
It's really fucking hard to do well. But, relax.
This is Queen Meryl, okay?
Just
Maybe
relax.
she knows the arts.
Yeah. You're not exactly, I know there's a lot of cops have, there's been some shootings that were certainly unjustified.
Yeah.
But you're not exactly doing the Lord's work, Meryl. You know?
What?
You're not exactly running into a building that's on fire and pulling somebody out of it. Get a hold of yourself. Get a hold of yourself.
That's an interesting opinion. That's an interesting take.
this year that did exactly that. Breathtaking, compassionate work. But there was one performance this year that stunned me. It sank its hooks in my heart.
Oh.
Not because it was good.
What movie do you think it was, Jim? What movie do you think sank its hooks in her heart? What performance was it? I think it was that wedding movie. You know, with the kid from Workaholics. That's the movie I think it was.
No.
Tim and Eric need a wedding date or whatever that movie was called.
Which is the one that everyone does the Hitler parodies of? Was that Fatherland?
I don't think.
What was that movie called?
I don't think that came out this year.
Oh, that was the one that moved her.
No, I don't know. I don't think so. Hitler reacts to Meryl Streep's speech.
What was the name of that movie?
I don't know, but I know exactly the scene you're talking about.
Downfall. There you go. Thank you, buddy.
All right, let's go back to the Queen.
There was nothing good about it.
Oh.
But it was effective and it did its job.
Ooh, I can't wait.
It made its intended audience laugh and show their teeth. It was that moment when the person asking to sit in the most respected seat in our country imitated a disabled reporter, someone he outranked in privilege, power, and the capacity to fight back.
It was Trump. It wasn't a movie at all.
Can you pause for a second? And exactly, this is exactly
what a twist.
What people hate about these people.
What?
First of all, the inability to fight back. He's a reporter for the Washington Post.
Yeah, but his arms were, you know.
He's a fucking reporter for the Washington Post. He's not a fucking blogger.
Are you trying to say he has a voice?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess he does.
And Ann Coulter and I argued about this. I still said Trump did a lot of dumb shit, but there's a video that's out, and I sent Ann a tweet about it. Because I didn't have any vested interest in being. I saw that video. I'm like, this cocksucker did it. Fuck it. You like him or you don't like him. But Trump, that was how he would express certain things. Even if you hate Trump, you got to admit. Okay,
so you don't think he was making fun of the reporter?
No, because I've seen the video where he did that before, long before that reporter, talking about people who weren't disabled. He's just an ass, and that's how he addresses someone lying when he thinks they're lying. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. That's how he addresses somebody lying.
After we watched the Meryl Streep thing, did you find the video Jim's talking about? So, yeah. Okay, after we watched
Did they show him doing that in front of other people?
I didn't have enough time to go through it, but I believe that's the one you were talking about.
We'll take a look. We'll take a look after this, but because I haven't seen that video, but I'm pretty sure he's making fun of the reporter.
I know, I was too.
Yeah,
I was too.
But I want to see the video. But let's watch Meryl's. Let's watch Queen Meryl spit the gospel.
It kind of broke my heart when I saw it, and I still can't get it out of my head because it wasn't in a movie. It was real life. And this instinct to humiliate, when it's modeled by someone in the public platform, by someone powerful, it filters down into everybody's life because it kind of gives permission for other people to do the same thing.
Ew. See that, Jim? People view people in power as what
permission.
Are they? Role models.
It gives permission.
Yes.
Shut up.
Yes.
Take responsibility for your own shit.
That's why I'm able to make fun of D-Bag. Because I saw the president make fun of the reporter. Right, D-Bag?
God, I wish I thought like them. I really do wish I was a member of this club and I could think that way. But I can't.
My favorite part of this speech
why do they annoy me so much? Why does the predictability of the opinion of the entire room as a hive mentality, why does that drive me so fucking crazy? Like, why is there no variation of opinion or very little variation of opinion in that fucking... Why is it only John Voight or James Woods or a couple who are brave enough to say it? And I'm not as conservative as those guys, so it's like, hey, good for them, they're conservative. But I don't get why there's such a singleness of opinion in entertainment. I don't get it.
A lot of it is because people care about their careers. And whether they'll admit it or not, that is a lot of it. And the fact is that they will probably work less if they're vocal about opinions, because it's not just award shows, it's people behind the scenes that aren't going to want to work with people that vocalize the opinions that are so against what they're talking about. But it was also it was really funny looking at as they were panning the crowd, they panned to Vince Vaughn and Mel Gibson, who were being respectful, but were obviously so over it. Because Vince Vaughn is it's quite conservative. And Mel Gibson,
sure.
Well, Mel Gibson's got his own.
Where's Clint Eastwood?
Ideals.
He's in the back fucking making fart noises.
Clint Eastwood was in the back talking to an empty chair, asking what the chair thought of
terrible moment.
Meryl Streep. Yeah, exactly. Clint Eastwood has no authority to make fun of anybody's speech.
Yes, he does.
After his fucking chair.
He's Clint Eastwood. He's above all of them.
Even after the chair deal.
He's Clint Eastwood.
I guess that's true.
He knows Meryl. They're friends, I'm sure.
You think he banged her?
No, but I'm sure she'd be very nice to him if she saw him.
He might have.
I hope so.
I would love to hear that.
Your mouthwash ain't making it.
Go ahead.
Disrespect invites disrespect. Violence incites violence.
Great point. Talking to Hollywood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great point. Talking to people who've glorified the most disrespect.
What?
The most violence.
That's fake violence, though, Jim.
I know, and I'm for them doing that. But then stuff like, we play serial killers, and we wonder why people emulate serial killers. We portray violence as glorified, and we wonder why people glorify. You're talking to the people who do that.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking talking about. What are you talking about, Meryl?
We could probably look in that audience and point out people that have played rapists and serial killers and done all that stuff.
Yeah, just, if you do that, just don't be so self-righteous about that.
It's okay to have the
By the way,
opinion.
Trump comes from an entertainment background.
Right.
You all loved him a year ago. And I know he said
Well,
things
I
that
don't know
made
that
you
they
dis.
are-
They
they-
all loved. He was a celebrity. He was everywhere with celebrities. They all thought he was great.
I don't know that they ever loved him, but they weren't publicly against him.
None of them were fucking with Trump. They were all doing The Apprentice. They were all doing The Celebrity Apprentice.
Not all these guys.
Not this level, but
No,
still.
you weren't. You weren't doing the
But
Celebrity
he was
Apprentice
still.
and winning
He
Golden
knew
Globes.
all of them. He was not scorned until he started talking politically.
Go back to it, D-bag.
Powerful. Do the same thing. Disrespect.
Denzel's
invites
sleeping with his eyes open there.
violence
He's just
incites
trying to stay conscious.
Violence. When the powerful use their position to bully others, we all lose.
What violence has Trump been associated with, by the way, besides a few assholes at Trump rallies? But then there's also been people like this kidnapping or that Trump guy that
The
got beat up.
kidnapping had nothing to do with Trump.
But you understand what I'm saying? With the anti-Trump people who will say stuff like that. So
Yeah,
it's like-
that doesn't. That's unfair. I think that criticism. There have been Trump supporters that have been violent.
Yes.
but there have been Hillary supporters.
right.
that
So
have been violent.
where's the violence? Like, what's she talking about? Violence begets violence.
on both
Where?
sides? Both sides.
Yeah.
And it's very limited on both sides.
She's not talking about that though. She's talking only about one aspect of it.
Well, you don't get the arts. That's the problem.
Oh, they show the people who are tearing up.
Kerry Washington.
Stop
She
it.
can't believe what she's hearing. Finally, somebody is saying it. Everywhere they go.
Did she mention the Facebook guy, by the way? The retarded guy or whatever he was who got fucking tortured?
No, it's not
Did
that
she
bad.
mention the young man? Is that the type of violence she means?
No, we're talking about.
Shut up, Meryl.
We're not talking about that.
Believe me, if we get her in studio, you can bet I'm going to be nice to her.
Oh yeah, she's the fucking goddess.
Yeah, she's awesome. But I still, it's like, what are you talking about? Just a little balance would be nice.
Right.
That's all I ask for, a little balance.
Somebody has to say something, Jim.
With that thing. Okay, this brings me to the press. We need the principled press to hold power to account, to call them on the carpet for every outrage.
No, you're right, because the Trump has taken the press has taken a very pro-Trump slant.
The bubble these people live in.
Yeah.
Like literally, maybe because again, when you're on radio, you're forced to read the paper. I don't know what it is, but how do you really think the press has not been calling him out? She's implying that they haven't been harsh enough on Trump or on the ideology she doesn't like. They're fucking delusional.
They've been harsher on Trump than they have the guy who shot people at the airport.
Yeah,
like
right.
Trump has absolutely been called out on absolutely everything.
he's compared to Hitler.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
That's why our founders enshrined the press and its freedoms in our Constitution. So I only ask the famously well-heeled Hollywood foreign press and all of us in our community to join me in supporting the Committee to Protect Journalists, because we're going to need them going forward, and they'll need us to say...
You don't want to protect journalists?
The Committee to Protect Journalists?
Yes. They need us, Jim, us entertainers, to have their backs.
They're not under fire. They're being called out because they haven't been doing their jobs in an unbiased fashion. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh.
Like the shitty New York Times who's constantly getting caught. Fucking. What are you talking about?
Broadcast news stations that are getting caught editing video.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need the actors to stand in front of them. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well,
I really don't understand.
she's saying.
Do they not have people around them? Like when Ben Affleck made an asshole out of himself trying to discuss Islam on Bill. And Bill Maher's a liberal. But Bill Maher's a fucking open... He's not a language cop liberal, and he's not an irrational guy. He knows that radicalism... What happens to these fucking people? Is there nobody in their lives who ever says, what? Do they have nobody to tell them to shut up once in a while?
I think you get to a place where you're rich and white and a Hollywood person, right?
It's not just white, it's rich in Hollywood. It's not just white. They don't tell Denzel to shut up either. They don't tell anybody in that business to shut up.
No, nobody gets told to shut up, but there's white guilt
Oh, guilt. Yeah.
associated with being white in Hollywood and being rich and being successful and everything has a ton of guilt that gets associated with
and
it.
being treated wonderfully all the time by
Right.
everyone. Yeah.
And then it completely skews like, okay, well then we have to start standing up for the less fortunate. And you need these people. You need my help.
The press
You have to
is
need
under
my help.
attack, and they need us. Are you out of your fucking mind?
Like, I think there's also something.
What are you talking about?
There's something in people where they're like, I have to be more than an actor. Like, being an actor is not that big of a deal. It's not that dissimilar from, like, you and I. I'm sure, like, you have moments. I know I have moments.
I'm not even a comic.
Where I'm sitting there. Where I'm sitting there going, like, why am I getting paid to talk? Why am I
Everyone
getting paid?
says that.
All right, well, listen. But, like, anybody
Yeah.
could do this. You know what I mean?
I feel in a way like yes or no. Like, you just can't overrate. Like, you express your opinion. That's great. It helps to do it when you're working. Like, and she's, I guess, accepting an award, so this is where they do that. It's easier on the radio or stand up. You
The
get to talk
Cecil
every
B.
night.
DeMille Award.
Yeah. But no, I don't ever wonder why am I talking. Like sometimes I'm like, why have I been so lucky? Like in my life, I've been very fortunate.
Right.
But I work.
But
I talk some funny, and I work very hard to be funny, and I've given up. You know what I mean? Like I look at like, I sacrificed a lot of shit, and I'm willing to do the work.
Yeah. Not me. I take shortcuts.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
I don't look at it like that. Like, you know, I understand why I've done decent is because a lot of guys made choices that were terrible. I made bad choices. That's why I don't have a relationship.
Right.
The same reason some guys have
Right.
relationships because they made good choices. I made bad ones. That's the same reason I'm working in my profession for a long time, and other guys have dropped out because the same thing, choices.
You don't think it's because guys like me are so desirable and handsome that women just have to marry us? Are you allergic to lies? Let's go back to Meryl.
Safeguard the truth.
Hold on, they don't just safeguard the truth. Their job is to safeguard the truth.
Yeah, that's right.
But they're under attack because they've been doing it under the guise of safeguarding the truth, but they are simply doing it. It's all editorial now. And they're lying about editorializing. And they're acting like they're safeguarding the truth, but they're really editorializing.
Yeah, journalists-
That's not their jobs, Meryl.
Moral. Journalists love like having the protection of hiding behind the wall of journalistic integrity, right? Like having it so like I need my protections and you have to give me these rights because I have to be the one to. But then they don't live up to being a journalist.
Right. That's the problem. We give them that leeway. It's like when a cop shoots somebody they're not supposed to shoot. People are like, well, you don't understand. It's like, no, cops have to be held. They can't get grilled. Yes, they have to be grilled because
Yes.
as a culture, we say
Different
to them,
standard.
you can have a gun and we don't. We trust you to put us in cuffs. Mm-hmm. And when you say stop, most of us stop.
Yeah, it's
like
you-
we listen to you like you're our parents by choice.
Right.
We give you that. So yeah, we hold you to a much higher standard. And when something bad happens, you better explain yourself.
It's your call. If we're under arrest or not, that's up to you. Like you're just a man or
Yeah.
a woman. You're just a person who just gets to decide.
If I should be put in handcuffs
Right.
and taken to a place where I might be fucked in the mouth and asshole, for lack of a better phrasing.
Does that happen in holding cells too?
Oh, not at home. Oh, we're almost done.
Committee to protect journalists because we're going to need them going forward, and they'll need us to safeguard the truth.
Yes.
They don't need you, Meryl.
What?
They
One more
don't.
thing.
No, they need people online calling them out for their shit.
Oh.
What are you talking about? They don't need you to safeguard the truth. What's lacking in media today? Meryl Streep. You want to safeguard the truth? Go to Syria and stand in front of reporters being shot at.
I'll tell you,
Those
though,
are actually legitimately brave reporters.
if Meryl says it, it gets traction.
I know.
Meryl's got the ear.
Boy, they know just what to say that is going to get the right people nodding. Maybe I just don't know.
Well, you're
Then again,
not,
I wouldn't be getting the Cecil B. DeMille Award anyway.
Probably not.
I'm wondering why she got it and I didn't.
No, your career probably hasn't given us enough just yet. But she's not. You're a young man still
Fair
compared
enough.
to Meryl.
Fair enough. Yep, she's in her 70s. All right.
You could still get there.
Once, when I was standing around on the set one day, whining about something, we were going to work through supper or the long hours or whatever, Tommy Lee Jones said to me, "Isn't it
Vince
such a
Vaughn is just like,
privilege,
will
Meryl?"
you shut the fuck up?
Yeah, he's miserable.
And Mel Gibson is like, well, I don't even
You
want to
should
say
blow
what
me
Mel
in the
Gibson's
jacuzzi?
thinking. Yeah, exactly. This is exactly what I was talking about with that woman.
I love Vince Vaughn's face.
Yeah.
Be an actor. Yeah, it is. And we have to remind each other of the privilege and the responsibility of the act of empathy. We should all be very proud.
Good
of the work.
pause for the applause, stupid. You don't. Here's the again.
was
She just
her-
got caught out there.
That was her Jeb Bush moment. Please clap.
The responsibility. Stop with the responsibility.
What?
This is the most fucking overly used word in the English language when it comes to entertainers. Here's what your responsibility is. And again, we all fail sometimes. We all try and miss. We all get self-righteous. We all do it. Your responsibility is to at least attempt to be entertaining. Scene. That's it.
End of day.
That's it.
Yeah.
Your job is to be a good actor. Your responsibility is to be true to who you are. That's it.
Everything else is bonus points.
You're not leading anybody. You're not you're not this shining example that teaches everybody else how to act. And in real life meaning. You're not this fucking thing. I'm a role model. Role models are overrated. The biggest role models are parents. Every child psychologist, every fucking police psychologist has said it's parenting. That's who's the role model. So stop thinking that you're so important and what you're doing is changing the world.
What about
what you do is a wonderful diversion. I love what you do.
Yeah.
What you do is a gift. It's honestly, it's wonderful what they do. I'm not saying it's easy. It's hard. But stop acting like you're changing everything. You're not. The world was fine before you got here. Hollywood has existed since I think since the 20s, but since when is like the constant media? 50, 60 years?
Sure.
The world did, the Romans rose and fell before you fucking showed up.
How did that happen?
The amount of overrating entertainers do of what their importance in this world is staggering. It's fucking staggering.
You think so? What about all the latchkey kids, though? All the latchkey kids that don't have parents that grew up watching Death Becomes Her. Okay? Those kids were raised by Meryl Streep.
But it's almost like that. That's like to think like we're leading by. What? Be a good example. Live a positive life. Express your opinion. Terrific. But get a hold of yourself. Just simmer down, Meryl.
Yeah. Meryl is really having a Kanye West moment. Except when it comes from Meryl Streep, it's like warm and dignified.
I'll tell you, because she's not delivering it like Kanye. She's not yelling and screaming.
Kanye is not the best with his delivery.
Yeah, she's being calm and, but some of the points are just silly.
I would love for Meryl Streep to come in and be like, "You ain't got the answers, Jim."
Ugh. Just silly.
Go on.
Hollywood honors here tonight.
That's right. It's emotional.
As my friend, the dear departed Princess Leia, said to me once,
Her name is Carrie.
"Take your broken heart, make it into art." Thank you for
Thank you. Ugh. You know what?
I wonder if Chip would have anything that would go along with that rhyme scheme.
Wait, what is it? Go back. Go back.
Yeah, let's let Meryl set
Go
it up.
back. Go back. Why aren't you going back?
As my friend, the dear departed Princess Leia, said to me once, "Take your
No.
broken heart, make it into art." Thank
Could
you.
you redo that?
Why would
Stops it in the middle.
Why would we stop it before we learned what the rhyme scheme was?
As my friend,
Watch
the dear
this.
departed Princess Leia, said to me once, "Take your broken heart, make it into art."
And then get on a motherfucking go-kart.
It's not the direction people saw that going. It doesn't even make sense. It's you let us down again, Chip.
Every time.
You let us down again.
I was really expecting something else.
Were you really?
Yeah.
There was a clear road, and Chip drove right
Go
into
on
the
back,
forest.
stupid. Watch the laughter come.
Just took a go-kart right on a path that wasn't clear yet.
You decided to go off-roading. I think Chip is going bushwhacking.
I'll do a good job on this one.
Okay, all right. Maybe this would be the one.
That's right.
We all want a little something.
Yep.
D-Bag wants it. The Travis dog
Hit
wants it.
play. I'm
Okay.
running out of steam.
As my friend,
No.
the dear departed Princess Leia, said to me once, "Take your broken heart, make it into art."
And then go buy some rubbers at the motherfucking Quickie Mart.
Quickie Mart isn't even a real store. It's a Simpsons thing.
Even there, it was like, all right, I'll say Kmart. But
He said Quickie Mart.
Is that bad?
yeah,
Some rubbers? Go and buy some rubbers? Oh, yeah, that is really not picking up on what's going on at all. That's Chip's ability to read a room is null and void.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good. Oh, Chipper. You don't have another one in you, do you?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, you do?
You bet.
All right.
One more.
All right, I think he's going to get it this time.
As my friend, the dear departed Princess Leia, said to me once, "Take your broken heart, make it into art."
And then I'll kick you in the heart.
Why would you kick her heart? You mean
Is that bad?
because she died of
Oh, I don't know.
Princess Leia died of a heart attack?
Oh, I didn't even connect that.
Yeah, she trying to revive her. I don't understand. Thanks for nothing, Chip.
Yeah. Well, the ending was nice. The ending was nice with Carrie Fisher, but
Yeah. Truly thanks for nothing. Did you see Trump has responded? He has.
by the way, can we watch that video?
Which? Oh yeah. Well, I'll read you Trump's tweets real quick while he's pulling it up. But Trump has responded. I guess to the surprise of nobody, he did not. He decided not to let this one go. And even though he's going to be sworn into office a week from Friday, he's not going to let this one go. He tweeted out. Let's see. It starts with Meryl Streep, one of the most overrated actresses in Hollywood, doesn't know me, but attacked last night at the Golden Globes. She is a Hillary flunky who lost big. For the 100th time, I never mocked a disabled reporter. Would never do that. But simply showed him groveling when he totally changed a 16-year-old story that he had written in order to make me look bad. Just more very dishonest media.
Let's see this.
So this is the video that Jim says he saw. Because when I see him, the more I see him doing that thing, because this is the story that was when he was campaigning, where it's the Washington Post reporter who's got his physical disabilities, and Trump starts doing the very stereotypical retard hand thing.
And he's doing that, and because this guy has fucked up hands. And I watched that, and if that was the only video in existence, and I even said that, and I watched that, and I know what he's doing, I would have stood by that.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Because but if you see somebody do something long before that in reference to other people, it's a different story.
Let's see.
Okay.
Some of these regulators out of the banks so you can borrow and you can help. Because
Wait, when did he?
This is last year. That's October 2015. This is before.
This is before.
Yeah.
Okay. No. Okay. Yeah. You're right. It was 2016 when he did it. Good. Okay.
I believe.
Yeah.
But this is definitely before.
Yes.
the banks now, they can't do anything. They're run by the regulators. In all fairness to the banks, they're run by the regulators. When you see the president of the bank, I mentioned the word regulator, these guys come in, they run the banks. And I watched a general recently on television, and they said to him, what do you think about ISIS? Oh, ISIS is very dumb. And I'm saying, first of all, why is the general on television? I don't want my general
That is.
on television. I heard Ted's a good debater. I said, he is a good debater, but he can't talk, okay? Bad talker. He's a good debater, bad talker. So he's over here. They asked him about waterboarding. They said, Senator Cruz, what do you think of waterboarding? I don't want to talk about it. You know, he didn't want to talk about it.
It's the same thing.
It is the same thing. You can tweet that video out at Jim and Sam Show.
It's the same thing.
So
That's
you
all
guys
before
can
that
see.
reporter.
That's
right?
really.
Correct?
Yeah, and that last one's the only one that I really find to be.
Well, the
similar.
other two.
The last one is,
the first
yeah.
one is definitely. I thought the first one was. The second one is just. It just kind of shows this is how he reacts when he's mocking somebody's bullshit.
I'm still.
And the fact that they hang on to that. As soon as I saw this video, I was like, okay, she was right about that. Like, why is there such an investment in being right? The reality is, if that's what it is,
Because of the narrative that it dictates. Like that.
If that's what it is, just let that be it. You can still hate Trump if you hate him.
But Trump having violent supporters and Trump making fun of this Times reporter, that is the narrative. Like, that is the damning evidence.
Why will people, when something like that happens, you can still hate the guy's guts, you can hate his politics, but if you've said he mocked a disabled reporter, but then you see that, how does you not understand that, okay, that's really just not what that was in that moment. I can still hate him, but be truthful about what that was.
You get attached. You get attached
You get
to your
attached to
narratives.
being right, and
Yes,
also to being right.
To being right. And that's your best evidence for being right. It's a little bit more difficult to figure out the conversation when you start losing pieces of
The
evidence.
minute I saw that,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's what that is. She was right. I have zero investment in trying to figure out how I can still be right.
Yeah.
Looking at that, zero.
It's close. I'm going to look again before I come to my final conclusion.
Even the first two. I forgot the last one. The first two. Because even though the one in the reporter is more exaggerated, the first one just shows that's what he does.
That Ted Cruz one was close.
It's almost the exact same thing.
It is. It's very, very close. It's very, very close. I'll look at it again for sure.
Is that the last one in the thing?
Is there more in the montage?
Or is it just the reporter?
There might be one or two.
Let's see. Well, let's play it.
Because too controversial. And I'm saying to myself, they're chopping off heads. He doesn't want to talk about waterboarding. A couple of good paragraphs. And talking about northern New Jersey draws the prober's eye. Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
That's him. That's the reporter.
Same thing. It's basically the same.
Wait, go back.
In the same type of moment.
Go back to the one right before that. That's February. Okay, here's my problem.
The February is after.
The one that Travis and I both think is the most damning evidence, or is the strongest
Yes.
evidence that he just does
Is
this
afterwards.
happened after the New York Times thing.
But the
Or
first
Washington
two,
Post thing, sorry.
the first two, I also think absolutely exonerate him because the first two completely are. It's the same. It's the same thing. It's just the one was more exaggerated.
Yeah.
But you could see that's what he does when he's mocking somebody.
Yeah.
It's just what he does. I don't even know why they put February 2016. But that's stupid to put that.
Well, the dates matter.
Meaning you don't. If it's only the ones before it count.
Oh, they shouldn't have even added that one at all.
Yeah, but they don't need it because anything after that one doesn't impress me now.
Totally.
But the first two, I still said the first one, especially, I still think,
yeah,
that's all.
He probably didn't need to tweet about the Golden Globes.
No, probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
He probably could have just let it go.
Yeah,
but he decided not to. By the way, La La Land.
Yeah,
it won. Like every award it was nominated for.
You know, I didn't see it. I was hoping I'd get the SAG screener. I do want to see it.
Go see it in theater. Bring a date. Bring that chick that you watch Netflix with.
Yeah, I'm sure she'd come.
Jim's the only person who Netflixes and chill and actually Netflixes and chills. like, yeah. Go see it with that lady. If you like the end of Jai Ho, you'll like La La Land. But it won.
I'll see it.
It won actor, actress. Emma Stone won.
Oh, good for her.
It won picture. It won score. It won screenplay. It won directing. It won everything. And that's also because it was comedy musical. Like, it wasn't paired off against the dramas. But I'm pretty sure it's going to go to the Oscars and win a lot of the awards, too. I'm telling you. It may be an unpopular opinion in this room.
What?
La La Land? It's just a wonderful film.
Oh, this was the Golden Globes, right?
This was Golden Globes.
All right. That's
Oscars is still... Oh, Jim, we'll have plenty more pithy comments to come once the Oscars come. I think it's next month.
It's February.
February, right? Okay. Yeah, next month. Yeah. I'm excited for that. Not at all. But...
Yeah, I could care less.
We should probably take a break. I saw Adrian was on the phone, but he decided he couldn't. He didn't have time.
We should have went to him.
Yeah, I guess he's busy. I don't know.
To hang out.
Get him.
So yeah, call him.
We'll be able to. His flight's not till tonight.
What?
Why is he coming home tonight?
I don't know. It's probably the flight that they were able to get.
You wanted to spend the day in Wisconsin?
He says he can't wait to get out of there.
Okay. Then why is he on a flight for tonight?
I don't know.
He's a fucking grown ass man. Go to the airport and get on an earlier flight.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's call up Adrian. We'll talk to him after break. We should also talk about the airport shooting.
Yeah,
that was on Friday afternoon. We get home and we find out that that this thing is that there's a guy in the airport in Fort Lauderdale opening fire. So we'll talk about all that. Don't forget to subscribe to the Jim Norton and Sam Roberts podcast. It's available on iTunes and SoundCloud. There'll be a new one up tomorrow morning. So subscribe tonight, and you can be the first to get it. We put a whole bunch of good stuff up there. I'm not exactly sure what we're doing this week, but I guess D-Bag's going to have to figure it out.
Got a few options.
Maybe. Oh, you got some options for us? Okay. It'll be good. But subscribe on iTunes. Leave a comment, review, 5-star rating, whatever, the whole thing. Just interact with the iTunes thing. And then that way it'll be better for us for some reason. Okay? All right. We'll be back right after this.
All right.
The opening scene is very Bollywood.
Wait, travelers lose 25,000 people and they can't get it?
I don't know what you're talking about right now, but...
In Florida shooting... Why can't they get their stuff?
Because it's part of an active crime scene.
Bullet holes.
I see. Okay.
Bullet holes.
But like people lost they just fled, so they didn't have their IDs or their cell phones or anything like that, and they had to bring a truck to process new IDs for people who were going on cruises and stuff.
It's a bunch of dogs. They were going to Fort Lauderdale. They're stuck in the airport now. They're in their little dog carriers, just in the middle of the floor, barking. Hey, Adrian's on the phone.
What's up?
Adrian, or as we call him around here, Vacadrian. Yeah. He doesn't mind.
Took a little day for himself.
He doesn't mind taking a day every now and then, recharging the batteries. Adrian is like a big Giants fan.
Yep.
So he and Mama Adrian headed down to Wisconsin to jinx the Giants. Is that right?
Good morning, everybody.
How were your seats?
The seats were great. We were right in the end zone.
It looked like they were good from the.
Well, I guess at one point you had a lot to watch.
Yeah, how was it sitting there realizing you were all the way in Wisconsin and it was very, very cold and it was going to go very, very bad?
I hate it here.
You do hate it.
Why?
Have you been in a bad mood?
Yeah, everyone here is so fucking friendly. It's infuriating. I'm used to going to Giants games with Eagles fans. They were just pieces of garbage, and you just talk shit back and forth. And everyone here is just, oh hey, you're flying in all the way from New York City.
Well, they're just being nice, and they're probably excited because their team won.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got out before the game was over.
What time did you leave?
We left with 6 minutes left.
Now, did you enjoy the game?
No, I did not.
At what point did you stop enjoying the game? How did you feel at the end of the first half?
I felt fine at the end of the first. I mean, after that play was ridiculous, but I stopped enjoying it. Yeah. That was absurd.
We still got this. But after the first half, it was we still got this. We still got this.
Yeah. I was high-fiving the other Giants fans. We were fine.
Cool. What point did you stop high-fiving?
After on that kickoff, when we went out of bounds at the 5-yard line. I knew it was pretty much the game.
So what'd you do if you left early? What'd you go and do after that?
I went to dinner and I went to sleep.
That's it.
What'd you have for dinner?
Wings.
Humble pie. That's what he had for dinner.
Yeah, she ate a fucking shotgun bullet. So wait, you and Mother went out for wings?
No, it was me. It's my whole family. It's not
Oh, I thought it was just you and Mother.
Oh my God! All Adrian's family went to the game, and where'd you stay?
we stayed at some hotel in Milwaukee, which makes it worse because Milwaukee's about an hour and a half from Green Bay. So
you drove 90 minutes after that loss?
Yeah.
Why there were no hotels around there?
It was way, way cheaper to stay here compared to Green Bay.
How much cheaper?
I got a couple hundred a night.
Okay.
For the one night. But staying 90 minutes away, is that also because you guys wanted to see the beautiful city that is Milwaukee?
Milwaukee sucks.
Oh, that's a shame.
So wait a minute. You get in, you go to the game. So why aren't you already on your way home?
Because the only flight we could get was that night.
Where are you flying out of?
Milwaukee.
Oh, you did. So there's not even any. You could have just flown right into Green Bay and left this morning.
Yeah, that was also more expensive.
All right. What time is your flight?
I'm not really sure. I didn't plan it out. The rest of my family's still sleeping.
Oh my God, this does not sound like a fun trip.
No, you don't sound like you should be in a great mood. You're in Milwaukee.
Yeah. Hey, family vacation to Milwaukee, or as the settlers called it, Milwaukee.
I see lots of morning flights available.
Yeah, there are, right?
Yeah.
Out of Milwaukee?
Yeah, for like $100.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
There's 100.
Oh wait, I'm looking. That's in.
Oh, you cunt! It's in 2 weeks. You bag of shit.
Yeah, there's one for $230 on Delta.
Would your parents be
Take
mad or would your family be mad if you Ubered to the airport right now and just switched your flight? Just to be like, guys, I'm not sticking around in Milwaukee. What are you going to do in Milwaukee all day?
No, I would do that if I had the cash to do it. I would.
So wait a minute. You'll be here for tomorrow morning, right?
Yeah, I'll be here for the show.
What? You don't even know if your flight's in the afternoon or night?
No, it's at night. I know that.
That's awful.
How long is the
Because your whole
flight?
day now, you have to gear up for the airport. You can't do anything. You got to have
Nothing.
lunch.
I don't know. We're probably going to eat and then sit around. I don't want to.
Oh, what a shitty day you're going to have. Do you think you're going to have a
There's
fun day?
nothing-
What a boring trip. What a terrible
It's
trip.
January in Milwaukee. I'd rather be anywhere else.
Plus, it's like,
There's-
I'm sure the thinking was if the team wins and they all like the Giants, then I guess you could just sit around all day being happy that the Giants won. Like, would that be a thing that, like, you could have a fun day if the Giants won yesterday and you saw it, correct?
I'd be in a much better mood. Yeah.
But then today, it's like everybody's just sitting around going like, "Hey, why we come here?"
Yeah, you're like the mayor. You're like the mayor of Bummer City.
Do you think that question's going to come up? Like, is anybody thinking that in your family? Like, why do we do this?
No, I don't think so. I mean, because it was fun. It was cool. We got to go to Lambeau, which was awesome. The tailgate was fun. You know, even being at the game, even though we got waxed, it was still fun.
How cold was it at the game?
It was way worse at the tailgate because at the game we were down by the closer you get to the field, it's bleacher seating, so everybody was kind of tight together, so it wasn't that cold. But at the tailgate, it was miserable. The tips of my fingers hurt. Any exposed skin hurt.
What did you eat at the tailgate?
Brats and jambalaya.
Oh,
Did
that's
you like
cool.
that, Jim?
That sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck
Brats
yeah.
and
Did you
jambalaya.
take a shit there at the stadium?
Yeah, followed up by some wings after.
I did at the place where we were tailgating. It was in the parking lot of Brett Favre's Steakhouse
Oh. Why did you eat in the steakhouse?
because we paid for the tailgate deal.
Oh, you had to pay for the. I see. Okay.
Did you? Are you sharing a hotel room with anyone?
Yeah, my whole family.
Oh, it's all everybody's in one room.
Yeah, I mean they're separate beds, but yeah.
Ugh.
Did you stink up?
Fucking horrible arrangement.
Three
That
separate
sounds-
beds?
Yeah.
Well, who's there?
What?
How many beds are there? How many people?
There's 4 of us and there's 2 beds. I'm sharing a king size bed with my brother.
Nice. So have you stunk up the bathroom yet?
I've been thinking of the hotel the whole trip.
Oh God damn! That sounds.
Are your parents in the room with you?
Yeah,
Did they have sex?
I hope not.
Did you two? You and your brother?
Did you and your brother have sex?
No, unfortunately, no.
So where are they now? Did you have to step outside?
Yeah, I'm in the lobby.
And then once we're done talking, you go back upstairs and slide back into bed with your brother.
Slide back in. You give him a little kiss on the neck.
You just quietly slide back into bed with your brother.
Wait, what hotel are you at? Is it a good hotel? What's the name of it?
It's not important.
Oh,
I don't think it's just
Like, I'm not Iraq. Like,
because they'd just be like, "Hey, you gotta." They wouldn't even have to know Adrian's last name. They'd be like, "Just connect me to the room full of Cubans."
yeah, the Cubans having incest. Can we have that one?
There's a Cuban family having sex with each other in one of the rooms. Could you connect me?
Wow. So you're gonna go back up and go to bed?
no, I'll probably get breakfast and
Do what?
and hang out for a little bit. I don't know. I've got my laptop here. I got some more stuff to cut for Troy. So
Didn't you guys just do a family trip at Thanksgiving?
Yes, we did.
I would
The
not.
Giants were in the playoffs.
I would not like to see my family as much as you do. I would not. I would not need. I get it's like the Giants, so it's special, but I would not need like a second, 2 months later, another. Like, are we all getting together and traveling again?
Fudge that.
Fudge that, man.
Sounds like a terrible trip.
But you must be psyched because you get to ride an airplane, correct?
Yeah, airplanes are dope.
Do you have your little Giants gear on?
No, it's all off now.
Did you wear it to the game?
Yes, I did.
Who do you think played the worst?
Odell.
He did, right? He shit the bed, didn't he?
Odell did not play well.
He bombed.
Eli, and that's why your tweet annoyed me, because Eli actually didn't play bad at all yesterday.
I didn't even know what I was talking about.
I was tweeting.
Just like, you were?
I know.
What were you saying?
Incessantly.
I didn't. I was just checking my mentions, I guess.
They were good.
Really weren't outgoing.
They were good tweets.
Chip Chipperson was tweeting while the game was on?
Oh, no.
Oh, good. Chip Chipperson should have a sports radio show.
He was tweeting while the game was on.
So, were you guys talking? Were you and your brother having any?
Somebody tweeted if Adrian and his family are that big, a bunch of chiselers, they should have stayed home and watched it on free TV. Call them chiselers.
You know, you could have saved a lot of money by just watching it. It was on broadcast TV.
I know.
Could have pulled the rabbit ears out and watched the game.
Yeah, I know.
What time did you get to Green Bay? We're Milwaukee. Saturday?
Milwaukee, yeah.
Yeah, we got there Saturday night. Saturday afternoon, I'm sorry.
Did you rent a car?
Yeah.
So it was more. Was it more?
No, we got a deal. So renting the car was like almost nothing. I don't know. My parents put together some package thing through work or something.
What was the deal? Fucking one room, a loss, and some wings.
That's good.
Okay, there's Chip.
No,
He says,
I don't think Adrian will enjoy them.
watching football. By the way, there's a T. I don't know if Chip knows that.
It's too long. It's 40 seconds.
WATCHIN. Oh my God! It's all videos.
1, 2, 3.
Why don't you just type anything?
6.
Everything's got to be a voice or a video message with Chip.
Well, yeah, that's what people love about him.
And they're not. There's so many shitty videos that they're not loading.
The internet's The internet's helping us. By not loading.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, so Adrian,
the internet is having mercy on us.
Yeah.
I see.
You were very disappointed.
Yes.
All right.
Now let me ask you: does a Giants loss help point out all the other inadequacies on your vacation?
Yeah.
So it's like
crawling back into bed.
Right. Was there any pillow talk last night about the Giants game between you and your brother? Like while you guys are dozing off, are you just like whispering to each other? I can't believe.
No, we slept Jen's out.
Which one of you?
You guys slept Jen's out. That's
No,
important.
they didn't.
You
One
don't
of
think so?
I want to know which one of them took the hand of the other and put it on his dick in a depressed state and said, "Just help me come."
Don't say that.
Your brother's older, right?
Yeah.
Is he physically bigger?
A little bit, yeah.
Does he like baby bro's fat ass?
Yo, hey, bring baby bro's fat ass in here.
I bet his nickname for age is jokey is blubber butt. He calls him blubber butt and he pinches it.
And then his mom is just sitting there in bed going, Adrian, do what your brother asks.
Come here, blubber butt, pinching it. Pin the tail on blubber butt. He's just copping feels.
Yeah. And his parents are just watching and letting it happen, encouraging it. Boys will be boys.
Oh my God, Adrian.
Did you guys? Well, who was the big spoon then? Was it him because he's a little bigger?
There was no spoon.
Oh yeah, somebody said that you can meet the Fonz because you're in Milwaukee. Why don't you go look at like the Laverne and Shirley hotspots? That's what you ought to do. That's what you do after a playoff loss.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Why don't you and your brother go to the Laverne and Shirley factory and redo their intro?
Exactly.
Like you both can put on the jumpsuits and wave at the bottle and everything. You
and
know.
he can go back to bed and he can put his schlemiel right into your schlemazel.
Was your brother happy that Mary Jean had made some room back there the week before?
Did he notice the difference?
Stretch things out a little bit?
Yeah, hey, there's a press-on nail in here.
Oh, man. What kind of car did you guys get?
A Jeep.
Oh, okay, so there's room.
Yeah.
An hour and a half drive?
That stinks.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Why isn't this like...
Was it a quiet drive home?
I slept.
Yeah, he slept in the car because there's not going to be any sleeping getting done in the hotel room.
Absolutely
You know
not.
what I mean?
That's right.
That was coming.
There's not going to be any sleeping done in the Cuban party room. No.
Both beds, fucking all night.
What a four-way.
Yeah, baby bro's getting it right in his blubber butt.
Yeah. And then his dad goes, "You know what that does to me, honey."
Yeah.
Gets them all in the mood.
Oh, you think they listen to their parents have sex in the next bed?
No, I think their parents listen to them have sex in the next bed.
Oh, creaking. Is that
You didn't-
Adrian comment?
You didn't hear any subtle bed creaking?
No, they're two old people. They're not having sex.
How old?
They're in their 60s.
Oh, come on. In their 60s? Adrian,
Yeah, they're done.
you don't think you're still going to be fucking in your 60s?
Yeah.
Jim,
I think that's a different story. I'm not my parents.
you have more than, like, say they're like, yeah, so you have more than 15 years of fucking left in you, right?
Yeah, 12.
Yeah.
I'll be 60 in 12 years.
Right. Right. Yeah. No,
You
I
talking to
think
me?
no. I was talking to Jim because Jim will be in his 60s in 15 years. I think your parents are still, especially because why go on vacation if not to, have a little of the old in out.
What would you do if you looked over, right, and you saw your mom was facing you, and your dad's heads were under the covers behind her, and you realized he was eating her ass?
That's a disgusting kind of thing.
She was just staring right at you. You knew she wasn't.
anything?
No, she was just looking at him, but she
Yeah.
wasn't blinking.
Smiling.
She was trying to make
Oh,
sure
yeah.
that the boys didn't wake up.
And
But she loves a good ass eating, and she hasn't had it, and he was 8 Meisterbrows in.
And then as she looked at Adrian, she looked into his eyes and realized that under the covers, the exact same thing was happening in Adrian's bed. Oh, the brothers are at it again. More horseplay.
Oh, he takes after your father, doesn't he? All right.
Oh man.
Oh, well.
Who do you? I was thinking about you over the weekend, Adrian, because I was watching the Menendez brothers documentary. Who do you think is more? And it was like the Menendez were Cuban, and their dad was like a very prideful man. He was
You talking
just
about Menendez, the politician?
no. I'm talking about Menendez, the two brothers that killed their dad
Oh.
and mom. Who do you think?
Oh.
Eric and Lyle Menendez. One was the younger one. They worried might be gay, but at the same time, the younger one said that his dad was molesting him. Do you think? Who do you think? If there had to be one Eric and one Lyle, Lyle being the bigger disappointment, who do you think it is between you and your brother?
Oh, probably me.
Probably.
In terms of, 100%. My brother's we're very different.
Well, yeah, your brother's the top.
That's good.
How are you and your brother different?
I don't know, he's more responsible than me, I guess.
All right.
Went to college, all that.
The whole deal.
Yeah.
Well, Adrian, you enjoy your day in Milwaukee, okay?
Oh, we're not going to stretch this?
No, we're done.
We're done.
Okay.
We're
good.
very done.
All
Yeah,
right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
you enjoy
Goodbye.
your day.
Take care.
Talk to you later.
Yeah, Adrian's disappointed.
He is. But a lot made up for it last night in that weird family hotel room.
Bet it did. You bet it did.
Oh boy. We on Friday after the show, I got home and saw this airport shooting.
Yes,
It was kind of like you just turned on TV and it was kind of everywhere.
it certainly was.
So they're saying that this guy was a veteran. He was Puerto Rican, I guess, and he flew from Alaska to Fort Lauderdale and checked a gun. And that was the thing I read last night was that was all he checked. Like that was the only thing. It was just
So he checked. Why Florida? Did something bad happen in Florida? Is his ex in Florida? There's a reason. Well, if you're going to shoot people, do it in the airport and when you get there. Like, I don't understand why you travel to shoot people. It's crazy.
oh, you mean like just go to the airport in Alaska
in
if you want
Alaska,
to
like
shoot
it's
something?
crazy to fucking check a gun and go and.
Yeah, no, there had to be because you
What an
went to
asshole.
all the trouble of taking the flight and booking it.
It's a long flight.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah,
Like he picked literally probably the longest flight he could from Alaska.
yeah. I can't believe like the level of damage that you have to be that on that entire long flight you didn't come to your senses. You know what I mean?
So did he get the gun and then just start shooting, or did he go to the hotel?
No, he went. He got his checked bag. He went to the bathroom. He took the gun out. He loaded it, and then he came right out and started shooting people.
What a scumbag.
Total
What a
scumbag.
fucking scumbag.
Yeah.
There's something to the way ISIS kills people, like the way they behead you or they drown you. Like a guy like this who does something like that, I'm all for him being fucking put into a cage and just drowned in a pool.
But you like how ISIS does it?
Yeah, once in a while they get rid of somebody the right way.
How do
Be
you mean?
creative, like that.
Oh.
Put you in a cage and drown you like a dog.
Right. Because they actually have a reason to do it.
Fucking scumbag. Sat on a plane for all those hours knowing he's going to kill people. It's like Dylan Roof. You put him in a fucking.
Yeah.
If you can sit there.
There's nothing redeeming.
If you can sit there knowing you're going to commit that murder, if you can premeditate for that long, they should literally just put you in a fucking cage and take you out to a pool and slowly drown you. Because there's nothing you have to offer us.
Nothing at that point. And it's amazing too. So I guess he killed, I think, 5 people and injured like 6. Was that right? Something?
Yep.
Something to that effect. And 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 it was awful. Like the people they were going over. I think they named 3 of the victims so far. And
all old people, right?
yeah, one of them was like this 90-year-old woman.
What a fucking cunt.
That was flying to Fort Lauderdale with her husband of however many 50 years or something like that, and they were getting onto a cruise. They were just a couple 90-year-olds getting onto a cruise.
You live your whole life, you contribute all those years.
Yeah.
Just taken out by some fucking animal.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And they've got no reports on why Fort Lauderdale, what happened, blah, blah, blah. Of course, everybody's talking about post-traumatic.
Post-traumatic stress is one thing, and I understand that if you walk onto your front yard and start firing at neighbors, if you pack a gun and fly however many hours that is, knowing you're going to kill people.
Do you know how long the flight is, Travis, or no?
I don't care why you do it. It doesn't matter to me why you do it.
Right, at that point, there's not, like, what do you
know what
cure
you're
him?
doing. By the way, post-traumatic stress, he knew he had to pack the gun. He didn't show up at the airport. He's not crazy. Right. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew he had to put the gun away. He knew when he went to did he say, I'm going to go shoot people? No, he knew.
Right. It wasn't this manic outburst.
Nope. He knew exactly what he had to do to be deceptive. He had to fill out paperwork for that gun.
Yeah.
He knows he's going to pick up that gun and murder people in Florida.
That was his gun. That wasn't like a new gun.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, so fuck his, I don't care if he has PTSD. He should still be drowned in a fucking pool.
Everything else that I've read, he, told people he was fucked up.
Yeah, well,
he went to the
then
FBI.
shoot yourself.
He went to the FBI and said, what did he say? Like this, the CIA was making me do things.
Yeah, he was having delusions. He was completely delusional.
Another nut.
And they put him in a mental hospital and then they let him go, and then they gave him his gun back.
I'm sure that for some, what are you laughing at?
Just a tweet that I read.
What does the tweet say?
It's not to do what we're talking about.
That's fine.
Todd Gillette writes, Adrian's dad to his eldest son, you sure are lucky. I remember when your mother had an ass like that.
Oh, that's rough.
Oh my God, that made me laugh.
I'm sure this guy had a reason for going to Fort Lauderdale, but it was probably just a crazy person reason.
Maybe, yeah.
And it is. I mean, that's where you have to start, like, moving a little bit on gun control. When you have a guy who can tell people, look, I'm fucked up. I don't know, something happened to me, and I'm fucked. And you can go into a mental institution and be released and get your gun back and still be able to do this. Like, you have to be able to look at that. It's amazing, though, that the story is not necessarily that. Like, the story is not... I've seen many articles about how dangerous, like, veterans are. Like,
grandmother.
They're so quick to blame it on the fact that he was a veteran, as opposed to be like, look, there's the mental health care in America is shitty.
It's just a combination of things.
It's terrible.
It's both things.
Right.
It's guns, and it's the fact that he's a mental case.
Right.
Another mental case.
Right. The amount of shootings that would go down if we could stop pairing mental cases with firearms, it'd be astronomical. It'd be amazing.
How about new rule? Is
this like a Bill Maher new rule?
No.
Oh, look at
is that a Bill Maher segment?
Yeah, the Travis dog is coming out with new rules.
If you tell the
Get ready for a
FBI
rant.
that the CIA wants you to join ISIS, you can't have your gun back.
Period. That sounds fair.
The FBI knew about him.
Right.
So why'd they allow him to have his gun?
I don't know.
Police held his gun for a month and then gave it back to him.
All right. Has he said he wanted to shoot anybody since we took it away? No. All right.
He said he was being mind controlled. Yeah. He said that the government was forcing him to watch Islamic State video. He was a fucking mental case, and this asshole government gives back his guns.
Yeah. Yeah. And it makes, like, I don't know, I feel like the way they cover, because they focus more on the fact that going into the military gives you PTSD than they do how easy it was for him to get back his gun, at least in what I've read.
Yeah.
And I feel like it makes veterans look terrible. Like,
well, both things are valid.
But most veterans come back fine and are helpful, contributing members of society. Like, they're not people that we need to, like, all, like, as soon as anybody gets back from the Army or any branch of the military, it's not like we have to sit around and be like, uh-oh.
No, but a lot more of them hold it in than probably we know, too.
That's true.
A lot more of them are fighting these demons because we're having, and again, this is just the nature of a military, but these are guys who are like normal citizens, and they're like, go over there and shoot those people. And I'm not, again, it's the times I'm sure that's necessary, but that's a hard mental thing for a person. I don't care. Just no one can come back from that unaffected.
No, of course not. Of course.
You see that kind of shit and people want to kill you, you're being shot at. So he's obviously a nut. I mean, if he says that the FBI, but he wasn't so crazy that he didn't walk on the plane with his gun. He ain't that crazy.
He's delusional, though. Like, that's how, like, he's in a constant state of crazy.
Cool. But
like,
maybe it's selective crazy because he wasn't so crazy. Not crazy enough to shoot himself. Tried to get away.
Yeah, I guess. But, I mean, maybe his crazy wasn't, I don't think there was any logic to what he was doing. his logic matched his crazy.
Yeah, he probably thought he was being logical because when he was done
Right.
shooting,
Exactly.
he dropped the gun and sat until police arrived.
Right.
Like he didn't
Oh, I thought he left.
No.
Okay.
No, he sat there and waited for them to arrive.
Yeah.
This was his, in his head, his mission.
Right. That's why I think he's definitely a lunatic, but he's not one of these manic crazy people.
Drew attention for domestic violence.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like you have to know.
How's his gun being given back?
Ever since Columbine, really. Columbine, I feel like, was the first sort of big case where people were like, we saw signs of this. I mean, it got brought up with OJ because people, knew that he was hitting Nicole. But
What?
I'm sorry, that was a spoiler.
I didn't see the series.
No,
yet.
I know. I'm sorry. I should have realized that when you thought Sarah Paulson was black.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a spoiler on my part. But
Come on.
no, I know. But
Why'd he hit her?
no, I don't know. We don't need to get into the OJ thing.
Did he get in trouble for it?
OJ? No, that was the point. He did not get in trouble for it.
Well, maybe she didn't really hit her.
No, he did. She had bruises.
What has she said about it?
Recently?
Yeah.
She had she was almost beheaded, Nicole. So she wouldn't be able to say a thing. You understand?
All right.
That's another spoiler, by the way, for the show.
Yeah, thanks. I didn't believe you.
But I don't even remember what I was saying anymore.
That doesn't. I was just talking about the dumb shooter.
Let's go. Oh, like manic. Like you're probably thinking like he doesn't have manic, crazy energy. He just is a crazy person. And ever since Columbine, people have been aware of signs.
Right.
Like, because after Columbine, everybody was like, there were all these signs. They had this list. They had these guns. They had this. They were spending time in their garage. And to be so far removed from that we see this many signs of this thing and we don't tackle it is like, what the fuck is going on? Especially when it's on a government level.
Yep. When
it's like military and FBI involved. Let me go to Dan in Cleveland. Dan, welcome to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Hi, Dan.
Morning, Jim.
Hello.
Hi. Hey, this is, like you guys said, another fucking fine example of the shitty mental health we have in this country. I'm a Marine veteran. I did a couple tours. I have fucking PTSD. It consumes my daily life. And never once have I got on a fucking plane for 8 hours or however fucking long. And like, that was obviously, it was planned out. There was just a cop-out, an excuse they're using.
How does PTSD affect you?
Oh, fucking my sleep, anger, anxiety, the way I drive. I mean, everything. Where I sit when I go to a restaurant.
Where do you sit?
Anywhere. I have to sit facing, like, the door so I can see, like, who's coming in and out, or just facing in, you can see the most people.
Okay.
So you'll just, like, flip out, like, at the littlest thing, and then as you calm down, realize, fuck, that wasn't necessary. That was PTSD?
Yeah.
Man.
Like, oh, you fucking idiot. But, I mean, like, it's, like, every day, and never once have I fucking... I have plenty of guns. I've never fucking went in.
Right. So you're saying the fact that this was that him being delusional and him planning this out and taking an 8-hour flight and doing all this is a lot more than PTSD.
If he was never in the military, he would have murdered somebody, or people, or somebody at least. I mean, you don't go to the fucking CIA and say, I'm a nutcase. I'm doing this for ISIS.
Yeah, I think that when big things like this happen, it's like sometimes crazy people join the military and they come out of the military and they're still crazy people just like when they started.
They're crazier.
And they just have, but now they have access to firearms.
Yeah.
All right, cool, man. Thank you. Appreciate the call. Let's go to Paul in New Jersey. What's up, Paul?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
Hello.
Are you guys not aware that there's terrorist connections here? There's pictures of this guy in the ISIS scarf giving the ISIS hand salute.
But was he? But if we don't know if this terrorist thing. I always call it "quote unquote." I mean, this is domestic terrorism, absolutely.
Yes.
But to me, we call it like Islamic terrorism. At least whenever they're yelling Allahu Akbar, that's usually the indicator. And this guy wasn't. But I didn't see that photo you're talking about. Oh yeah, I did see this photo. Yes, maybe it is.
But it's so like terrorism has become such this thing. Like when they first started talking about it, 9/11 and all that. Terrorism felt like it was organized. Like when the Taliban was responsible for something.
Who?
The Taliban, I said.
No, you didn't.
I'm pretty sure I did.
You said the Taliban.
I'm sure not, but don't even worry.
You know what? I'll go back and look.
No.
Go check. Can you go check?
Sam, it's part of my job. I insist.
The tape machine's broken.
No, it's working just fine.
Oh, but it became like the Taliban it felt organized, and there was a leader, and it was like it was almost like a gang, right? Whereas now, stuff gets blamed on terrorism and ISIS when it's just a guy. Like I'm sure this guy didn't have any real ISIS connections, except that he read it on the internet and was delusional and decided he was in ISIS. It's about his connection to ISIS is probably about as strong as the Lord's connection to gang life in New Jersey.
No, but you can say you're in ISIS and just commit an act in their name,
and it's technically
still terrorism.
Yeah, terrorism.
All right, yeah, so maybe, sir.
Hey guys, one more thing, real quick.
Sure.
Dan, have you checked? And this is totally unrelated, obviously. Have you checked out the latest hottest thing, Chanel Santini?
No, I do not know Chanel Santini.
No, Jim.
Oh,
not you, Jim.
No, Chanel Santini. Who's Chanel Santini? I like the movie about her. I am Chanel Santini.
No, Jim, seriously, check it out. It's right up your alley.
What?
Just trust me, check it out. Chanel Santini.
She's a trans porn star.
Yeah,
where's she from?
We're looking at photos of her. She's a very good-looking.
Wow, wait, go to media. Let's see all the pictures.
Let's see all of her.
And she's gotten breast implants. Jim, I don't know if you're looking at it, but she's gotten breast implants.
Yeah, she's hot.
Oh, no, and she's in the city this week also.
Oh, all right. Well, I've never met her, so. I'm Chanel Santini.
Later, boys.
All right, bye, buddy. I love that. And you got like, oh, she's hot. Click on media. Let's look at all of her pictures.
Well, yeah, let's see her name.
Not let's see what she looks like. Let's look at all of them.
Well, yeah, that's what you do at media. All right, I'm done with this shooting. It's sad, and that's just terrible.
It's awful.
Poor people. It's fucking to go out like that.
It's awful. I was when I was watching the Menendez brothers documentary. Have you seen or heard their 911 call?
No.
The Menendez brothers.
Oh, maybe I've seen it or heard it.
The Menendez brothers 911 call might be the most poorly acted thing I've heard in some time.
Yeah, I think I've heard it. Let's hear it.
It is so bad.
Yeah. Well, their parents said that they couldn't think of a bigger disappointment than their sons.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Menendez brothers, they played it on like I think ABC or one of those channels last week, and I watched it finally over the weekend. They killed their parents, and they're in jail now. Most of the free-thinking world is aware that it was like 93 or whatever that they did it, and most of the it was the first big televised case. It was right before OJ.
Right.
And most of the free-thinking world believes that they did it for insurance reasons, to collect some money.
Yeah.
But they still, I guess still insist that they were molested. And they were going to come forward with it. And
they were scared.
They were afraid that their dad would kill them. And then they saved their mom, who would also be killed by their dad. I think that was their whole defense. But it was a lot. I don't believe that the older one got molested personally. The younger one might have. I believe more that the older brother molested the younger brother, just like Adrian's family. Yeah. But not that the parents were necessarily doing it. I don't know if it's up there. We should probably take a break anyway because we'll back up. But
yes.
Oh, you know what we should talk about when we come back? First of all, your boy Ozzy's in the news.
I know, I read that.
You sad?
No, he's alive. He's fine.
And Martin Shkreli got banned from Twitter.
It's true.
I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Oh, yeah, there's other things, too.
Oh, the Opie thing.
Yeah.
Should we talk about it now or when we get back?
Address it.
Well, yeah. I did read and I listened to the clip of Opie saying he was very disappointed in me, which, doesn't have much of an effect on me as he's a grown man and I'm a grown man, and a man being disappointed in me who's not blood related to me or I came from his seed isn't going to have a huge effect on me. But I mean, what Opie said was fair. I don't know exactly what he was talking about with lying and what he was tired of, but he said, I edited the video because after Vincent D'Onofrio left our show.
Vincent was saying that he was set up. He was set up by the show. I defended it, saying he was not set up because I didn't feel like he was set up. He wasn't brought in. I don't think we knew Breitbart was going to do that. No one knew Opie and Anthony were going to tweet that stuff. A setup implies you have knowledge that this is about to happen. We really didn't. He just happened to be in that day. And then Breitbart came in, and then he showed us. Then the video popped up.
And I was kind of, as he was in here, playing devil's advocate for him, just so he felt a little bit comfortable
talking
about it.
I didn't remember any video. I just didn't connect it. But then the video came up on Opie's page. Mm-hmm. Can you go to the video so we can see what it says?
And the video was titled, it had Vincent D'Onofrio's name in the title, and it didn't necessarily need to.
It said, did you name the video?
No, so here's what happened. So Opie said on his show, and I didn't remember the video either, because I guess this was the time when I was literally editing all the videos for the show. So then after the show was over, I was like, oh yeah, I guess I did edit that. And then it says right in the description that I did. So I definitely edited the video, because I was editing all the videos. But like he said on his show, it was my job.
And it just says this.
And by the way,
Breitbart shares Wiener's explicit photo with Opie and Anthony and Vincent D'Onofrio.
Right. So there's nothing weird about the editing of the video if you watch it. And I wouldn't have titled the video on the YouTube channel. That's not part of the editing. I wasn't running the YouTube channel.
So you didn't title it?
No, I never ran Opie's YouTube channel. I gave him his videos for it. So I didn't title any of the videos. Anything that's on the video, if there's text on the video screen,
right,
embedded in the video, then I definitely would have done that in the editing. But I didn't run the channel. It was his personal channel. It wasn't the show's channel.
No.
The show had a channel.
Right.
I ran that one.
It was his channel.
That one was his personal
all
channel.
The proceeds from it.
Yeah.
From the show's videos. All
right.
That, yeah.
All the chip videos, you mean?
All of them.
Oh. Yeah, so I didn't title the video at all. And then I also didn't go on his Twitter account and tweet out a link to an article that said, here's why Vincent D'Onofrio is responsible for the Anthony Weiner photos being released. The fact that that tweet came from Opie's account is probably why Vincent D'Onofrio feels like he was set up.
I didn't see that article or that tweet.
I didn't see the tweet or article until after our show was over, but one of our listeners, tweeted it to our show account, and it's there.
And when I saw the title of the video, then I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
I see what you
I didn't
thought
think
that,
he was
yeah.
set up. But is the title slightly exploitive of the fact that celebrities? Of course.
But
I mean, I don't have a problem with that either. But I mean, I get why he says it.
Right. But yeah, I didn't title it on the YouTube page.
Did he really tweet that?
And yeah, and
No.
that's a real tweet that was just
No.
that's Googleable.
He did, but that's a headline from a Vulture article. So what he did was he shared the article and then it tweeted out the exact quote from the headline.
So it's like a clickbait thing.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll show you the article.
But if that came from a show account, go back to the tweet. The tweet literally says how Vincent D'Onofrio is to blame for Anthony Weiner's penis photo leak, and then there's a link. Vincent D'Onofrio felt that he was set up because the guy who hosts the radio show tweeted out a link that said, "Hey, here's how Vincent D'Onofrio is to blame for Anthony Weiner's penis photo leak."
And he felt, the article's from 2011.
It's right when it happened.
Okay.
Right.
When did he tweet that out?
Right at the same time. The tweet's from 2011.
I'm sorry, I thought that was tweeted this week. Okay.
No, tweet's from 2011. So that's...
Oh, okay. That's probably why he feels like he was set up. Okay.
There's nothing in the editing of the video.
Or maybe that's why he feels like he was set up. Okay.
Right. And that's it. Like, I wasn't
even aware of that.
Yeah. So if he feels set up, I don't know how I could have taken responsibility for him feeling that he was set up.
Right.
But, I just... Hopefully, nobody is disappointed in me anymore, because... That's really tough for me.
Did it hurt your feelings?
It really did. Just the fact that somebody could be just disappointed in me, because that's what I really want to do, is just make Papa proud. You know what I mean?
You do?
Yeah, I do.
I understand.
That's my only goal in life, is just to make. And I hope too that none of the listeners are disappointed in me, because I'm here to be your voice. So
That's
I don't want to disappoint any of you as somebody who is a part of the arts.
Sam is a major disappointment.
I'm
not saying that.
Oh, thank God.
No, I'm just reading a text from Jess.
Yeah, see, that opinion might have some bearing on me. But yes, I mean, I don't know. But he didn't say anything. Opie didn't say anything that wasn't true. Like, he said, like, I'm tired of the bullshit. Sam edited that video and put it up on the...
He said he started the lies, but what lies?
I don't know what lies.
Just be specific about what lie. I don't know what lies.
And then he said he didn't hear the show. So I don't know why he would be mad at the show he didn't hear. Like, if you don't... I get why you wouldn't... I don't listen to the afternoon show. I don't think you do either.
No.
But, like, that's why... Like, when I hear that I'm being talked about on it, I listen, and then I comment on it. Sure. So, like, because that's what you do. I don't know what he's mad at if you haven't heard the show. But I guess he's not mad. He's disappointed. So, hopefully I have quelled some of that. And everybody feels better.
You want to mend fences.
I do. That's my goal. That's my goal, is to make sure that these fences are back and we're all one big proud family again, not disappointed.
I don't know. I think we're a splintered family.
No.
I think so.
I don't want to hear that.
Oh, I think so.
I don't want to hear that. I think about it so much and I care about it so much. You know what I mean? Yeah. I spent all my time thinking about that. That's where a lot of my energy goes. So I really want to make sure. It's not like I could care less. Like, I really want to make sure that everything's okay, because it'll just help me sleep better at night.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I
understand.
mean?
Yeah,
you're probably the same way.
Absolutely. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah,
Hope we're in good standing.
Good. All right. So should we take a break?
Yeah. What's the matter?
Did you pass gas while I was talking?
I did. I was so sad at all this disappointment going around.
Yeah. Your body was disappointed in what was inside and had to release
Get rid of it.
Get
rid of that disappointment. I didn't realize that tweet went out.
Yeah.
That's pretty,
So, I mean,
even though it's technically the article title.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm not saying oh, why would anybody do that? But you could understand what happened there.
Yeah.
I get where communication went awry.
So there's no lies.
No.
Okay.
I don't think it was I don't think it was in the kid that you had edit the video in 2011. I'm pretty sure that wasn't at the heart of the case.
All right. So I'm gonna go pee.
All right, you go do that.
We'll kiss?
And we won't do that. I'll probably leave the room and hope for
With
some of the
me?
gas. Nope.
Do you smell it?
Yeah. So I'd like some of the gas to get out of here. D-Bag, you stay in the room.
That's right. You sit in
You
it.
sit in
Think
it.
about it.
Yes. Yeah.
Learn from it.
And we'll be back right after this. At SiriusXM On Demand by going to SiriusXM.com/on-demand. If you want it on your podcast, you can, whatever your app is, iTunes, doesn't matter. Go to iTunes or SoundCloud, and you can subscribe to the Jim Norton and Sam Roberts podcast.
Yeah.
That's free, and we upload that once a week, every Tuesday morning. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're putting up full segments. The entire Vincent D'Onofrio interview that we were just discussing is up on our YouTube channel. So if you want to watch that, you can do that right now at youtube.com/Jim and Sam Show. Isn't that right, Jim?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. So we were talking a little bit
Martin Shkreli?
about Martin Shkreli.
Is it how the fuck do you say his last name? Shkreli. He's really a hated guy.
Well, a lot of that is because he took pills that people needed who had AIDS to help them with their AIDS.
Yeah.
And increased it by 700%.